Okay, what's up, team? I hope you are all good. I'm just doing a sound check before we start our presentation today, making sure everything sounds good, and then we'll get this party started. Right. All right, guys, we're starting about how long we got? How long have we got? There's your countdown. 8 minutes. Get yourself a cup of tea. Get yourself a biscuit. You're gonna feel so liberated after this chat to have a biscuit. So get them ready. Right, let's get this. All right, I'll see you guys in 7 minutes. What up? What up? What up, team? Let's go. Right. I'll try and work out. We got 600 people in this room. Come on. Right. I can now see your comments, team. I can see everything that's going on. My screen is looking pretty good. And I am nervous. I'm not. You can say hello to everyone. Right, you get to say, yeah, look, every time I do this presentation, it's always my baby's bedtime. Come say hello to everyone. You're going to come out. Come on. You want to quickly say hello to everyone? Oh, you got little smiles. Look at that crazy hair. So if you've not seen Sophia, and look at that crazy hair. If you wonder who I've been talking about, here she is. I've been on YouTube 6 months, and she's 6 months old. So there you go. Hello to everyone. You can say goodbye now. What's the message? Eat your bourbon biscuits guilt-free. All right, she's off. She's off skis. Right, we've not started yet, guys. We are 6:44. Come on, let's go. I have to stand up as well. I can't sit down. I'm in the mood. I'm like, come on. I feel like I should do a walking workout. All right, Dana, adorable baby. Thanks, mate. Come on, son. We're trying to work out who she looks like, and we've established none of us. Oh, much better looking. Holland in here, baby. Yes, let's go. Okay. This is super exciting, isn't it? Like, how amazing, like, what the internet has allowed us to do. We're on 694 persons. Let's go, guys. So, some of you may have accidentally clicked on this and gone, what is this about? We're doing a nutrition talk today, guys. I'm going to start. It's on my time, so whatever this correlates to your time, it's 7:03 in the evening in my time. So if it's, I don't know, some of you it's 8 a.m., 11 a.m., UK it's about 3 or 4 p.m. right now. One of those. Okay. Ciao from Italy. What's up, Italy? Charlie, you got this. Cheers, mate. Go and do your 10,000 step workout. I feel like I need to do that to get the energy out. Do you know what? I've got pent up energy. We're like, oh, that nervous energy. If you don't know, I used to be a dancer. That's a running joke, by the way, about used to be a dancer because I said it and now everybody wants a t-shirt with I used to be a dancer. 3 p.m. in UK, 10 p.m. in Jakarta. Yeah, what up, India? Let's go. Oregon, UK. Where's everyone from? Give us a shout, guys. We'll start in, let's say, mate, in 60 seconds, we've gone from 600 to 767. Jeez! Do you know what's so funny, right? I've just closed my fitness boot camp right in Dubai, and we got it to the biggest one in Dubai. It was really good, man. We had like 50 people in a session, which was like in terms of when you think about like a class, right? There might be 20 people. CrossFit gym, 15, maybe 20, like 50 people, just me running session. So crazy. And then obviously COVID hit. And everyone just went, listen, I'm going to back down a little bit when it comes to like going to classes and, got to be a bit more careful. And just as we're getting into it, I was like, the numbers started dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. I got like a regular 12, 15 people that coming to boot camp. And then I go on the internet and it's 782. I mean, what the hell's going on? Saudi Arabia, yes. Awesome. Jade Phillips, do you know I'm from Essex also? That is a hilarious name. Terry's losing it with Eric. That's his name. Brisbane, Australia. Shout out to everyone in Australia because it is like 1, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning somewhere there. Windsor, UK. What up? What's up? Vegas. That must be like a weird go-to. 824. Come on, I want to get to 1,000. I want to get to 1,000 before we start. I mean, it's taken 60 seconds to jump. It's taken 120 seconds to jump 200 people. We're nearly there, guys. And it's so good because some of you, this is the first time you're actually seeing me talk on this kind of setting and one-on-one. You may have just known me for the walking workouts and talking all loads of rubbish as I'm doing these walking workouts. And it's so funny, right? Because you get like people that, I had one comment the other day, she goes, I love your, like love with like all the O's, I love your walking workouts. But please will you just, in capital letters, mute. Because I love your workouts, but please stop talking. I was like, it hurts a little bit. But bottom line comes down to, listen, if you're going to create change in someone's life, you have to be able to connect with someone on a personal level, not just like I'm going to show you some exercises, you do the same thing. There's no change going to happen there, right? And should I tell you something that's really, what team do I support? Arsenal, baby. Jabba, jabba, jabba. What's up, Kaylee? Never stop talking. Listen, my wife doesn't say that. Never stop talking. Okay, guys, Netherlands. Right, so we're going to crack on with this. Thanks for bearing with me. Only 6 minutes past. That's all right. Love the talking. Oh, you guys are so lovely. Anytime my wife says to me, listen, you talk too much, I'm going to come on and go, guys, can you just tell me that thing where you like the talking thing? Because she gets it all the time. Up the Gunners, go on, Emma. Right, so this is a really nice, what do you call it, segue. So I did a podcast with a friend of mine called Karis, right? She's got a podcast, a relatively small podcast, but it's podcast, she's out of Mallorca. So we did an episode, right? And this blows my mind. We did an episode, and then it got ranked number 10 in the fitness charts in the UK. Like, that absolutely blows my mind. And then we just got ranked number 8 in the UAE on the fitness category, which is, there are hundreds, probably maybe even millions, but hundreds and thousands of podcasts out there. And to get ranked, even in the top 100, I would have been buzzing. But top 10, and so if you haven't seen that, you go on my Instagram, there'll be a link there for it. Is there? I don't know what there is. It's the Bliss and Thrive podcast. Okay, guys, so it's 8:52 we're on now. I think we're gonna start soon. But a little secret I haven't told anyone. In fact, this is the first time I'm gonna reveal it. I will be starting a podcast, right? And I had a choice. I could do this on my own, but I work on Karis, and I like bantering off people, right? And Karis got such great personality, and it adds a nice dynamic to have a female perspective on stuff and a male's perspective on stuff. So we are going to do a joint podcast. So it's in the making, so I haven't reeled it yet. That big reveal is coming up soon, so I've kind of ruined the reveal with the reveal. But we're going to do a podcast soon, and do you know what? It's just going to have some fun. Like, I don't like taking life seriously, as you'll see from this presentation. And when you're out walking, when you're on the treadmill, you can put something in, learn something, but actually just disconnect from the world and just have some fun. Okay, guys, I think we're going to get started. We're on 855 people. That is immense. I don't think I've ever met 855 people in my life. Right. Right, should we get started? Someone said Karis, who's Karis Anderson. Anderson spelled with 2 S's. If you search for the Bliss and Thrive podcast, you'll find our podcast on there. And yeah, he goes, yeah, you're both former dancers. Yep, that was the case. Shout out to my fiance. Yes! Luke, shout out to your fiance, Charlotte. Come on, son. Get in there, Charlotte. Get those walking workouts in. Portsmouth, UK. What up? Podcast, can't wait. Oh, that's lovely. I've got a goal, right? So I never anticipated ranking on a podcast. When you think of, it's like ranking on YouTube. I never anticipated it. But now we've got ranked, right? Top 10 in fitness from just one podcast. I'm like, can we get to number 1? So we're going to do a big build up, going to get these recorded, going to get the best audio, the best line. My camera slightly changed. We're going to have a really good setup. I like to do everything like, how can we keep improving? So we're definitely going to, can we eat cornflakes to lose weight? Yes. Listen, guys, if you want to get your biscuits, your cookies, your fast foods all ready now, because after this presentation, you are going to be eating those guilt-free. You're going to be buzzing. Oh, Sarah, so lovely. Karis is amazing. So glad I found her. You are both incredible. You're bloody incredible. Thank you so much. I just got into you, Rick. You're awesome. We'll do your workouts with you. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Great motivating combo. Woo, woo. Yeah, do you know what? Because I like to go off on tangents. And Karis is really good for just going, we're going to just see where you've got. Can we just bring it back? Because that's why I need someone to balance me out. I mean, I've just done a podcast now, haven't I? Guys, we've hit 900. I'm tempted to go to 1,000, but let's get started. It's 10 minutes past. That's perfect amount of time. So let's get started. So if you've registered for this podcast, I'm now calling it podcast. If you register for this presentation, I will email the replay out to you. It won't be available on YouTube directly, right? So it's not going to be, you can just go on my YouTube channel and find it there, because it's a different subject area to the walking workouts, right? And you have to kind of work with YouTube algorithms. At the moment, I'm on walking workouts, So I don't want to just add some other random stuff on here because it does affect you viewing the walking workouts. It stops showing them if your viewership goes down. Oh my God, we're up to 915. I was just about to start. Right, let's start. Okay, I'm doing a little introduction. Should I do a little? I can't turn. This is where my presentation is going to start. Okay, you ready? Okay, team, welcome to the live nutrition talk with me. Let me say hello. What's up, everyone? I hope you're all good. I can see your comments just down here. Okay, so if you want to drop me a comment along the way, I might miss them, but I'll do my best to keep an eye on them. Now, with this presentation today, we are discussing everything in nutrition. This is everything you need to know, full stop. Everything to do with nutrition you need to know. There is nothing I'm holding back in this presentation. You're going to get everything. If you want to be a qualified personal trainer after this, you have all the knowledge to do that. You might need a qualification before you go down that field, but this is everything you need to know, okay? This presentation is so valuable, right? If I could give anyone anything to get on their fitness journey, lose weight, get out, I'd say, watch this talk, and then you're set, right? So don't think I'm holding anything back, and this is everything you need to know. Now, what I'm going to do in this presentation, I'm going to baby step you, right? We're going to go from step 1, step 2, to step 3, up to step 10, okay? So sometimes you might have a question, go, what about this, right? What about intermittent fasting? That's like step 9. So I'm going to baby step you through this, right? And the idea is that we're going to get everyone on the same page. I don't want to skip through stuff if you're unfamiliar with certain terms. We're going to get everyone on the same page. So you can use this as a recap as well, right? So if you've watched this presentation or you're quite knowledgeable on nutrition, right? You might know stuff. It's just good to have a recap when you go through things like, I remember that. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this presentation. Right, we're going to start here. Let me just move the chat down a little bit. Okay. Someone says they're from the Caribbean. Shout out Caribbean, baby. Okay, we are up to 961. I want to get up to 1,000. That's going to be the goal. Right, so this is a presentation. So first question is, why nutrition? Why are we discussing nutrition? If you want to lose weight, right, if you want to get in shape, you want to do all that good stuff, why bother about nutrition? Why aren't we just talking about the best fat-burning exercise to lose weight? Why are we even discussing this part? Right, so I want you to bear with me, all right? I'm going to give you an analogy. I've got loads of analogies. I'll give you loads of analogies. So just bear with me. I haven't lost my mind. Bear with me on this one, all right? Okay, so let's just say you want to go from point A to point B, okay? So you want to travel from point A to point B. Now, it may take you need a car, right? You think, I'm gonna get a car, and that will get that license. That'll take me from point A to point B. So in order to get a car, you need a driver's license, right? So in order to get your driver's license, you need an average of 20 to 40 hours, separate lessons of driving before you can even take your test, right? So then you think, all right, I've taken my test. I can zoom out on this. Just think, you've taken your test. Oh, let me put that one back up. Then you've spent 500 to 1,000 pounds, let's call it pounds, for lessons. Then your test costs you 60 quid. Then you spend 1,000 pounds on a car. Then you spend 500 to 1,000 pounds on insurance because you're a newbie driver, and then 50 quid on petrol. Just to drive from point A to point B, it's going to cost you 3,000 pounds or more, right? You want to drive from point A to point B, it's going to cost you 3,000 pounds. Now that cannot be the only solution, right? Ta-da! A bus. Why not take a bus, right? So the question is, right, the bus costs you £1.50, and you could, for the same price you spend on a car, getting your license, all that stuff, you could do 2,000 journeys. So in a car, you've done one journey, it's cost you £3,000. You could do 2,000 journeys on a bus. So the question is, why does anyone bother to drive if you've got a bus? Right. Because of convenience, right? So when you get a car, you have got the convenience to get in your car and go wherever you want. You've got the freedom, do what you want. Investment, you're investing for the long term, and it brings value to your life. So if you've got a car, you can drop the kids to wherever you want to. You can leave for work later. You're not relying on a bus. You're not relying on what the weather says or if it's running that day. You now have your license and a car, and you've got the freedom. So the question is, how does this apply to nutrition? Now, when you're learning nutrition, right, and you've learnt nutrition, you know how it works, you have the freedom and flexibility, right, to eat what you want. Once you learn this stuff, right, you're not going to waste any more money on fad diets. You're going to get your confidence back because you can go out and you can eat what you want and be confident that you know what you're doing. And the most important one, you can eat chocolate guilt-free, baby. That's what this presentation is about. I am promoting chocolate today. Thumbs up. So that's what nutrition is, right? I describe nutrition to my clients as, think of it as getting your driver's license. Nutrition doesn't take too long to learn, right? We're going to learn all this in 1 hour. Now think about all the fad diets and everything there is out there. If you got your license, how long do you have that driver's license for? For the rest of your life. You're not redoing your test. You're not relearning how to drive. You've got it. You've got it. You can do what you want with it. You can go abroad. You can hire a car. You can do what you want. You've got your license. It's the same thing with nutrition. If you learn nutrition, if you learn the principles and how it works, you have got this for the rest of your life. And that's how powerful it is. You've got nutrition for the rest of your life. All you have to do is take the time. This 1 hour presentation, you watch it once, watch it a second time, you've got it. Your life will transform because nutrition is 80% of your results. So what I want you to take away from this talk today, think of this as getting your license. Get your license, buy your freedom with knowing how this stuff works. So you're not fad dieting, you're not going to Sandra down the road, who's like, oh listen, I just jumped on this new cabbage soup diet, you should get on it, mate. I lost 10 pounds in 10 days. You're like, oh yeah, tell me more about that. That's gone. That era is completely gone. Just gonna put my focus on, it's gone off me a little bit. That's gone. What you've got now is the freedom to go, Sandra, hold on, let me show you how this stuff works. So that is what this presentation is. We are granting you a license. Now, nutrition makes up 80% of your results. That means exercise is only 20% of your results. Now, I chucked some numbers out for you, and you may know this. Just take a second to really think about what I just said there. 80% is nutrition. 1/5 is your exercise. Every spinning class you've been to, every gym session you've done, every boot camp you've done, every CrossFit session you've done, every run you've done, every walking workout you've done, anything you've ever done makes up 1/5 of your results. Imagine you're doing an exam, right? And 80% is on this coursework and 20% exam, and you nailed 80% of it. You could even forget about the 20%, right? But what we do as people, we focus on the 20%. Now, let's move on from this point because this is all going to make a lot more sense. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario here. Now, imagine, hope you guys are following me okay. Now, imagine you've got a burst water pipe, right? So in your bathroom, you've got a burst water pipe. Now, what do we do? What do we do as people, right? What you would think to do, right? You've got burst, the pipe's leaking everywhere. You think, I need to fix that leak. Water spreading everywhere. This is what we do as people. We try to find the best mop to clean up that leak. Bearing in mind, there's a leak still going on. The leak, and you've gone, how can we clean this leak up? Because listen, I've got a really good mop here, right? It soaks up, and this is the industry. This is people selling you shakes and supplements and green teas and all that good stuff. Not green teas, but let's say weight loss teas. And they're saying, buy my mop, it soaks up the most amount of water than any other mop. Somebody else goes, listen, but my one, it does a spinny little thing, so when you put it back in a bucket, it drains it quicker. This other guy goes, well, I've got the biggest mop in town. Pick up this mop, mate, you'll soak up more water. I go, hold on a minute, guys. Have we all gone mad? There is a leak going. You can hear the leak. But what we're focused on is that exercise. The exercise in this scenario is the mop. We've got this massive leak here. This massive leak, which is your nutrition. If we fix the leak, we can clear up the floor, but our problem is solved, right? That's what I mean by 80%. Now just take that scenario in your head. Your nutrition is the leak. Exercise is the mop. From this presentation, hopefully, you're not going to be searching for the best mop to clean up that leak, and you're going to fix the leak. All right, cool. So we're going to get a little bit more into science stuff now, and I'm going to explain how everything works. Now, our body is primed to store fat. So what that means is our body doesn't see fat as a bad thing. It sees it as emergency fuel. So if we ever got stuck on a desert island, our body has a way to survive. So let's say you've gone from eating 2,000 calories a day, every day you're eating 2,000 calories, you end up on a desert island like Tom Hanks, and now you're eating 400 calories a day. If your body keeps burning 400 calories a day, you're going to be dead pretty quickly, right? So what our body does, it says, hold on, what if we just put some food in the storage cupboard, so in case of emergency, we can always crack open that pot noodle or that packet of Oreos if we need to. And that's what fat is to your body. It is emergency fuel to break open when needed, okay? So the ultimate answer is, why do we store fat? It's so we don't die. Now our body, it feels like our body's working against us. We're putting on weight, we're trying to lose weight, but our body is just trying to help you survive. If you run out of food and you can't get any anywhere, it can burn the fat on your body as emergency fuel. Guys, we've just hit 1,000 people. Come on, son. Welcome, guys. If you just got started, you missed some good stuff. You can rewind on the stream, but we just hit 1,000. So, to sum that area up, our body stores fat to help you survive, okay? It's not against you, hasn't got beef with you. I like some beef, but, okay, let's move forward into this. Now, let's discuss how fat loss works. So we already know that our body's primed to store fat. It wants to store fat. It wants to keep you alive. And how it's going to do that is getting that dry food store. Think of it like your pot noodle, your packet of biscuits, your crisp that goes in the back of the cupboard. Think of it like this. If you've got a tin of tomatoes, you've got a tin of baked beans, whatever, you put them in the back of the cupboard, right? The fresh stuff goes at the front. That's the stuff we eat. But if you ever open your fridge, there's nothing in it, you can always go to the back of the cupboard to crack open that can of beans and you've got emergency fuel or a pot noodle. That is fat to your body. Okay, so moving forward, let's discuss how weight loss works. Now, every single diet on this earth, right, if it's a weight loss diet, is based on these principles. How many calories you eat to how many you burn off, right? So how many calories you consume to how much you move. If you eat more than you move, you're going to put on weight because your body's going to take that extra fuel and go, this is great, we can put this in a dry storage cupboard. Save it for later. Now, if you eat less calories than you burn off, so you're going to move more than you eat, your body will go, well, let's go to that pot noodle in the back of the cupboard. That's your fat, right? That's your fat. That's how weight loss works. Calories in versus calories out. So let's explain this. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios here. So a couple of words, should I say? What's the word? A couple of terms. That's the one. So our diet dictates results, and this is why, right? This is why it's 80%. If you eat the same amount of calories as you burn off, that is called your maintenance. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, okay? If you eat the same, you burn the same. Now, if you eat a surplus, this means you're eating more calories than you burn off, right? So this is how many you're burning off, you're eating this. What does your body do the extra? Food storage cupboard. That's calorie surplus. Calorie deficit, which is you eat less calories than you burn off. You're burning this amount, you're eating this. Your body needs to make up these extra calories. It goes to your dry storage cupboard. This is called weight loss, right? Now, I know some of you guys know this. You're like, yep, this is basic stuff. As I said, I'm taking you from step 1 to step 10. Make sure we're all on the same page, okay? So, right. This is what everything comes down to. Now, for this scenario, we are going to use 2,000 calories as our guideline, okay? So across the board, it'll be different for different people. We're going to use 2,000 calories as our maintenance. So if you eat 2,000 calories, your weight will stay exactly the same because you're burning 2,000 per day, okay? So as this presentation goes on, you burn 2,000, we eat 2,000, that's our maintenance, right? So if you can see this red area, so anything, excuse me, anything above 2,000 calories is called a surplus. What happens when we eat in surplus? Our body puts on weight. Now, anything below 2,000 calories is a deficit. If we eat less, we lose weight. Why? Because our body takes the fat out of the storage cupboard and uses it for fuel. That makes sense, right? That's super easy to understand. Right, now we're going to get into actual numbers so you get this, right? Now, what I'm going to give you is what no one ever gives you. I'm going to give you numbers. I'm going to give you actual answers. When you're like, oh, how much can you lose? You're going to get all of that in this presentation. Again, I'm holding nothing back. This is everything you need to know. You can go out and be a personal trainer after this. Now, this is weight loss simplified. 1 pound of fat, that on the right is 1 pound of fat, okay? 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. Now, if we eat 3,500 calories less in our diet, we're going to burn 1 pound of fat. I say fat or weight loosely. Let's use fat for this scenario. I'll explain a little bit more later on. It is weight loss rather than fat loss. But 3,500 calories out of your weekly diet equals 1 pound loss because you're still burning. You're still burning 2,000 calories. And in 1 week, that equals 14,000 calories. 2,000 calories a day times 7 days, 14,000 calories. So if I take 3,500 calories out, I'm in a deficit of 1 pound of fat. Our body's going to take it from your storage cupboard. Super simple, right? Super simple to understand. Now, so how do we work that out? So there's 7 days in a week. If we take 500 calories out of our diet per day, that equals 3,500 calories. Guess what? 1 pound weight loss. And that's it. Simple as that. 500 calories out of your daily calorie intake, you've lost 1 pound per week. Buzzing! Benito, see you guys next week. Obviously, I'm not running off. There's more to come. But I just want to explain and simplify how these numbers work. 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. We take that away from our diet. Our body has to make up those calories, so it takes it off our waistline. That's weight loss. Bosh. So, if that's the case, right? If we just need to cut 3,500 calories out of the diet and lose 1 pound, why don't we just go 1 week and sack it all off and cut 2,000 calories out of a day every day, and we're going to lose 4 times the amount of weight, right? So this is why. So this, too much too soon. So we're going off 2,000 calories, right? That's your maintenance. Now, see the blue area. This is a healthy deficit to burn fat. If you stay within the blue area, you are losing fat at a rate that your body can lose fat. Now, see where it gets to 1,000 calories. Now, these aren't exact calories. I'm just giving you an example here. Anything below 1,000 calories, you are crash dieting. You're not burning fat anymore. You're burning muscle. You're losing water, and you're crashing your metabolism. Your metabolism is a rate that your body burns calories. So our body can only burn fat at a certain rate. So imagine you got a car, right? And your car does 150 miles per hour, but you really want it to do 160 miles per hour. You really want it to go 200 miles per hour. You can press that gas as much as you want. You're stopped. It stops at 150. You cannot go further than that. You're like, eh. Someone's like, oh, have you tried, taking the windows down? Have you tried getting a spoiler? You're like, your car is at your max. Our body can only burn fat at a certain rate. I'm going to tell you exactly how many that is. Body can burn fat at a certain rate. No matter how fast you push that gas, how hard you push that gas, your body is limited, right? It's science. Your body is limited. No matter how many calories you cut, you have a buffer zone. This blue area here is your buffer zone. If you go below that, you're not burning fat anymore. You are going into a desperation area for your body, okay? So this is the question. If we cut too many calories, what is your body going to do, right? It's going to do what it's designed to do. Remember we said the reason our body stores fat is so we can survive. We can survive if we eat too many less calories. Now, if we cut too many calories out of diet, this is what it does. Now look at this as an example here. 2,000 calories is your maintenance, right? And what starts happening, right? So your body's burning. Make sure I'm in focus here, that's it. So 2,000 calories is your maintenance, right? So you're eating in a deficit. But you're going, do you know what? I'm going to cut a few more. I'm going to go on a cheeky little crash diet, and you start going to 1,000. If your body burns 1,000 calories extra off of your body per day, because it's got to make up those calories, right? Instead of being 500 calories a day, we're now going to 1,000. If your body starts losing that amount of weight, you're going to be dead in a week, right? Your body hasn't got that much amount of fuel. So what can your body do to survive? So we've already given an example. To survive in a scenario like you're not getting enough food, your body will start storing fat, so it's got emergency fuel. Now, if you're now going from eating 2,000 calories a day to eating 1,000 calories or 500 calories a day, your body isn't just going to go, well, we've had a good run, bye, and die, right? It's going to do what it's designed to do, and it's going to survive. So now we're burning 2,000 calories. So what it starts doing, it starts reducing the rate we burn calories. It starts going 1,800, 16, 14. So now we're eating 1,000 calories a day. Now our metabolism starts slowing down to now functioning off of 1,000 calories per day. Let that sink in. So you've gone to 1,000 calories deficit, you're like crash dieting, whatever diet you're on, it's an extreme restrictive diet because you want to lose weight fast. Your body starts going, hold on, we're losing way too much, slow down. Now, check this out. This is where it gets scary, right? Now our body, see our maintenance. Our maintenance is now 1,000 calories. We've gone from burning 2,000 calories a day. Now our body's only burning 1,000 calories a day. So you've gone on your crash diet. You've gone 2 weeks where you're eating 1,000 calories a day. Your metabolism starts slowing down, right? Now you're burning 1,000 calories a day. What happens when you eat in a calorie surplus? Look at this. Everything in a red zone is a calorie surplus. Now you're eating 1,200 calories, 1,400 calories. You go back to eating 2,000 calories a day, right? Guess what happens? You're now eating in a 1,000 calorie surplus. We've already said, if you take 500 calories out of your daily diet, you're going to lose a pound a week. You're now eating 2 of those, 1,000 calorie surplus. You're now putting on 2 pounds of fat per week from cutting your calories. Ain't that crazy? Just let that sink in. You're at 2,000, I'm going to explain this. You're at 2,000, you start going, listen, I want to lose weight quick, and you're going to drop down. Remember, we've got buffer zone. Our car can only go so fast. We can only burn fat at this rate, but we're here. So our body's going, this is too much. I'm going to take my metabolism down here. Now you're going, oh, I've lost all this weight. I want to go back to this. Poof, surplus. You've lost this quick weight, which actually wasn't real weight, right? Let's look at what that was. Look on the side there. You're burning muscle, you're burning water, you're crashing metabolism. You're now in a surplus. You've gone from an extreme diet to now putting on weight. And this is what crash dieting is. This is where crash dieting falls down. We're trying to lose weight at a quick rate. We're trying to burn these calories. We're trying to smash through them. We're trying to go, listen, I can get results quicker. And this is what a lot of companies do. You can only lose a certain amount of water, and it usually is 10 days. 10 days. That's why you see all these fad diets, right? You see all these fad diets where you're, like, for example, I'll name them, C9 diet, hate it. You basically having 500 calories a day in shakes or whatever it is for I think it's 10 days? 10 pounds in 10 days, what they promote. Do you lose 10 pounds in 10 days? Yes. How much of that is fat? 0%. How much is the water? A lot. What's happened to your metabolism? You've crashed it. Now you've come off C9 and you've gone back to eating normally. What's happening? You're putting on weight. So you've chased this immediate sprint where you're like, let me get results quick. Now after that, you're left in this mess of now putting on weight because your metabolism's crashed. And what do these companies do? They make you think the reason you're putting on weight is because you fell off. You went back to your old ways again. Damn it, do you know what I should do? Let me get my checkbook out and buy their products again because I got quick results. Can you see how this works, right? It's crazy. So let's move on from here. So I hope that makes sense, guys. If that makes sense. Now, this is the answers, right? This is the answers that no one gives you. And it's crazy no one gives it to you. I don't know if maybe it's people aren't knowledgeable in this stuff. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, so I kind of know this stuff. This is your answer to everything you need to know. The question is, how much can we actually lose? Now, your answer, remember the talk you spoke about the car scenario. When you're pressing the gas on your car, you're limited, right? You can't go any faster, no matter how much you push it. You can lose 1% of fat per week. Any more than that tends to be water and muscle, right? 1% of your weight. So if you weigh, an example down here, 150 pounds, you are limited to 1.5 pounds of fat, which is a lot, right? It's actually quite a lot. 1.5 pounds of fat per week. That's your limit. Your body cannot go in, your car cannot go any faster. If you're 200 pounds, you can lose 2 pounds of fat per week. You cannot go any faster, guys. That is your limit. These are your numbers. Jump on the scale. How much I weigh? I weigh 187 pounds. 1.8 pounds is the max you can burn per week. So when there's 10 pounds in 10 days, right? You know that's not fat. None of it's fat. It's water because you're crashing too quickly. So I hope this makes sense. These are your answers. These are your answers. Now, let's just say you're losing weight. Let's just say you're 200 pounds and you're losing 2 pounds a week. Now you're 150 pounds. In a lovely world, you've done all that work. Remember, it's only 1%. So your 1% correlates to your current weight. You're no longer searching for 2 pounds per week. You're now on 1.5 pounds a week. Does that make sense? So as you go on your fitness journey, your 1% will correlate to where you are on your journey. So just go off of 1%. That is your number, okay? Now, let's do a quick recap because that was so much information. I don't want you guys to get so confused because this does feel like a lot, right? But I'm breaking this down, hopefully in terms that you understand. Now, let's do a recap. Every diet is based off of calories in versus calories out. how many calories you eat to how much you burn. If you eat the same as you burn, you maintain your weight. If you eat more than you're burning, you're going to put on weight. If you eat less, we're going to lose weight because our body's going to go to our storage, our fat, and use that for fuel because it has to make up those calories. Now, to lose weight, all you need to do is maintain a calorie deficit. That makes sense, right? All you need to do is eat. You need to burn off more calories than you eat, and you're going to lose weight. Now, 1 pound of fat, these are your numbers. These are the most important numbers you need to know. 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories. If we cut 3,500 calories out of our week, we've lost 1 pound of fat. Our target here is 1% of fat loss per week. So whatever your body is, and this is how it correlates to you, whatever your body is, that is your number. Now, any more, we're chasing this short-term goal. Any more, we're sabotaging our long-term results. So really, up to this point, we'll do little cliff notes I want to say to you. You've got your numbers, right? You've got your 1%, you've got 3,500 calories. If you chase more than that number, 1%, you are damaging your long-term results. And this is where people end up in this yo-yo diet. Think about it, if it's simple, why wouldn't we all be at our ideal body weight, right? It's because companies hold this information from you because they want to sell you products. They want to get you in a calorie surplus so you buy their products to lose weight. And this is crazy, right? So I hope that all makes, guys, that all makes sense, right? Just give me a thumbs up if you're all good with that. We're on 1,035 people, guys. So this is where we're going to get into the fun stuff. This is the stuff I love. I'm really passionate about this stuff. And we're going to get into myth busting. So we've had out, I'm going to put my aircon's off. Give me 1 second. It's getting toasty in here, baby. Moving around, getting energized now. Nerve is gone. I'm into this bad boy now. So we're going to get to myth busting now. Now, myth busting is super fun. All the knowledge you have now, you've learned so much. In this short time, you've learned so. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Perfect. Everything you've learned now, we're going to go through a myth busting session. So I want your input, okay? I want you to write down in the comments because I can see your comments. I'm going to go through this because this is really nice because if you're not getting it, there might be other people that don't get it. And you can say that and we'll go through it. So myth busting, right? This is where it gets super fun. Here's the first one. Certain foods make you fat, right? We've all heard this. Pizza, chocolate cakes, burgers, donuts, they make you fat. Now, with all your knowledge, with all your newfound knowledge, going off the fact that 2,000 calories is your maintenance, which one of these foods, write this in the comments, which one of these foods will make you put on fat? Write down in the comments. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to have a sip of water. You write down in the comment which one of these foods. So you've got burger and chips, you've got pizza, large pizza, you've got donut, you've got chocolate cake, you've got a bottle of wine. Which one of these will make you put on weight? What's your answers, guys? What's your answers? Someone said, can you get back from crashing metabolism? We'll get into that, don't worry. Good, cool, here we go. This is, someone says none, none, none. Wine is one. Burger and chips, chocolate cake, all of them will put you on put on weight. Good, pizza, wine, pizza. There's a lot of nuns in there. I'm just reading out the ones with the actual name and stuff. Cool, perfect, guys. So this lets me know, right, where we are on this talk and make sure I'm explaining stuff, articulating it correctly. Cool, so now this is where it gets fun, right? I'll see if there's a way I can put me in the bottom corner here. Can I? I'm just going to, sorry guys, I'm going to see if I can put myself in the bottom corner because it's easier if you can see me. I don't think there is. Right, so let's go through this. 2,000 calories, right, is our maintenance. If you eat more than that number, you're going to put on weight. If you eat less than that number, you're going to lose weight. Let me say that again. If you eat more than 2,000, you're going to put on weight. If you eat less than 2,000, you're going to lose weight. Which one of these foods goes over the green line into a surplus? None of them, right? Not one of them. But like, Ricky, you're going mad. There's a burger and chips and pizza and chocolate cake on there, and you're saying none of them go above that line and don't put on weight. You lost it. This is a myth, right? Burger and chips, that's about, what, 1,400 calories, right? You are in a 600 calorie deficit. You're still losing weight. A large pizza is 1,900 calories. You're in a 100 calorie deficit. You're losing weight. A donut, 250 calories. You're in a 1,750 calorie deficit. You're still losing weight. You're crash dieting, if you just had that. Chocolate cake, it's about 450. You're still losing weight. A bottle of wine, under 1,000 calories. You're still losing weight. All of these foods, there's not one food, let me say this clearly, there's not one food on this earth that you will put on weight from eating. I want to get that clear, guys. I'm not guessing this stuff. This is fact, right? Does my sound quite loud? I just saw it smashing into the red zone. Let me move it down a bit. I just move. You might have to bump your sound up. I just realised my voice is crashing into red zone. None of these foods goes above your maintenance. And I'm just talking about if I just had these, right? So if I had a burger and chips, I'm still in this calorie deficit. I'm still calorie deficit. Donut, calorie deficit. Chocolate cake, calorie deficit. Bottle of wine deficit. Now, how do we put on weight when we have these foods? Well, if your overall calories for the day, right? Your overall calories went over 2,000. So if I had a burger and chips, right? And I just had that, I would not put on 1 ounce of fat. Not 1 ounce. Not even a little smidgen. But if I had a large pizza, 1,900 calories, and I had a 500 calorie pizza, I'm now in a 400 calorie surplus. Those 400 calories are going to go to your storage cupboard and store as fat. So just note, no food makes you fat. No food makes you fat. Your accumulation of calories throughout the 24 hours is what will make you put on weight, right? So I just want to clear that up, guys. I know this stuff, like if you've not done this stuff, this is literally like, you feel like I'm talking out my butthole, right? It feels like that because you're saying there's a large pizza and I'm a testament. I'm putting on weight. I'm eating a pizza and I'm getting fat, right? It feels like that, right? Because your accumulation of calories, you've had a pizza, then you might have some cereal, you might have some toast, you might have a full fat Coke, you might have a latte. Your total calories for that 24 hours will put on weight. But no food by themselves will put on weight. So that's the first myth. No food will make you put on weight. Right. Now, guys, that makes sense, right? Does that make sense? No food makes you put on weight. How many calories you have in a 24-hour window? So if you stay under 2,000 calories within 24 hours, you're still going to be losing weight. If you eat 2,000 calories every single day, you're going to maintain your weight. If you eat more than that number in total, you're going to put on weight. No food makes you fat. It's just how many calories you eat within 24 hours. Right? Cool. So let's move on to our second myth, right? I know that might be mind-boggling if you haven't done this before. Now, famous diets that work by magic. Now, you may have heard of these. Look at these magic ones. Look at that. Weight Watchers. Woo! Paleo diet, keto. For the guys in the UK, Joe Wicks, Slimming World. These are all magical, mythical Harry Potter diets that if you go on them, Sandra down the road said she's lost weight. You should try them because they work. You ever heard that? This diet works, that diet works. You know when people say, right, does a diet work? Think of this, right? Right, I'm being silly now. Does an orange work? Does a pair of trainers work? It seems obscure, right? Well, yeah, if you put trainers on and you go for a run, of course they work. If you eat an orange, of course it works. Asking if a diet works is basically asking, does an apple work? Yeah, it's a weird question, but yeah, of course an apple works. What do you want to use it for? Now, I'm going to break down these diets, right? And you're going to see a common trend, right? So, Weight Watchers, the first one of the most famous ones, it's a world famous one, multi-million-pound company. Now, what is their secret? Why, if you go on Weight Watchers, will you lose weight? Well, what they do, they change calories to a point system. So I've said to you, if you eat 2,000 calories, you're going to maintain your weight, right? If you eat less, you're going to lose weight. What they do is say you've got 20 points. This ain't exact numbers, right? I'm just making these numbers up, but I'm just giving an example. They said you've got 20 points. And what they do is they label foods, right? You might have a chicken curry and they say that's 5 points, right? You may have a burger, that's 7 points. You may have a salad, that's 1 point. All you're going to aim to do is stay below 2,000 calories, below 20 points. As long as within 24 hours, you've hit your point goal, you've got your results. Can you see how that works? As long as you maintain a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. We're just calling, instead of calling calories, we're going to call them points. Now, they've labeled all the foods. They've said, eat these ones, eat these ones. Remember, no food makes you fat. If you had 1,900 calories every single day of chocolate cake, you're not going to put on 1 ounce of fat because you can only put an ounce of fat if you go above 2,000 calories. Does that make sense? I know this is crazy stuff. This is what I mean. This stuff's so valuable once you learn it. That's how Weight Watchers works. They call calories points and you maintain a calorie deficit with a point system. Paleo diet. Now, paleo diet is quite an old school. It was not old school. It's actually quite popular with CrossFit. The theme of it is old school, which is you're sticking to more natural foods, right? You're sticking to stuff they would have eaten 100 years ago. So it'd be grain, stuff that you can grow, fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that. Processed foods now that wouldn't get 100 years ago. Don't eat those foods, right? So a paleo diet, what you're doing when you're sticking to whole foods, right? They tend to be lower in calories. You're eliminating high calorie foods, your processed foods, your McDonald's, your fast foods. They're higher calorie dense foods. Now, if you're in a diet where you're going from high calorie foods to a lower calorie diet, you're going to be in a calorie deficit, right? Does that make sense? So if you're eating 2,500 calories in 500 calories in surplus, 2,000 calories of fast food, and you go same amount of food, but now you're eating lower calorie dense foods, you're going to lose weight. That's a paleo diet. You're just switching from high calorie foods to lower calorie foods. I see myself going to red zone when I'm talking. I'm going to bump it down a little bit, guys. I hope that doesn't affect your volume, but I know it's going to mess up your ears if I'm shouting so much. Right. Okay, so Weight Watchers, point system. Paleo, stick to lower calorie foods. Keto. Keto is so popular at the moment. Oh, this magic thing, right? Cut your carbs out, mate. You're going to lose weight. Right. Majority of people, carbs, they got your food's broken down to 3 categories: protein, carbs, and fats. You may have heard of these: protein, carbs, and fats. Carbs generally makes up about 50% of people's diet. Just normally, rice, pastas, breads, cereals, salads, vegetables. These are all carbohydrate sources. What keto does, it cuts out a whole food group. So you've gone from eating 3 different macronutrients, right? You've cut out, for most people, 50% of your calories. And they say you're going to make it up with others, but let's face it, it's easier to eat a plate of rice than it is to eat a plate of steak. Can you see? If you're exchanging, right, a massive pasta bake for a plate of chicken, it's so much easier to eat the pasta bake than eat a whole plate of chicken. So when you're switching, you're cutting out carbohydrates and you're switching for exchanging for higher protein, higher fat foods, right? You're cutting out a huge amount of calories. You're staying in a calorie deficit. You're cutting out a food group. There's no magic. This is the magic. It's a calorie deficit. That's it. No other magic. You're cutting out a food group. There's 3 food groups. We've gone, let's cut out one of those. Joe Wicks, right? Joe Wicks is very popular in the UK. Brilliant guy, brilliant message. I love the guy. But what his does Lean in 15, right? 15-minute recipes. What Lean in 15 is, it's calorie controlled recipes. You follow his recipes, right? 500 calorie meal, breakfast, 500 calorie lunch, 500 calorie dinner. You're on a 500 calorie deficit. You're going to lose weight because you're sticking to calorie controlled meals. Joe Wicks, done. Next, who's next? Slimming World, right? So I didn't know much about Slimming World, but they're really popular at the moment. So all you're doing, right, you're cutting out high fat foods. I'll get into stuff a little bit more detail later on. But fats tend to be higher in calories than the other foods, right? They don't tend to be, they are. They double the amount of calories in grams of protein and carbs. So when you're cutting out high calorie foods, you're cutting out a huge amount of calories and you're sticking to lower calorie foods. As simple as that. Cut out your high calories, go to lower calories. What's that create? Calorie deficit. Quick recap, right? These are all your diets. You name it. You name a diet. If it's weight loss, this is what it is. We're finding different combos. And the funny thing is, right, I did this. I was looking at macronutrients. I was thinking, what different combos can you do? You've got protein, carbs, and fats. These are your three food groups. Your proteins are like your chickens, your beef, and all that stuff, right? Carbs, your pastas, your breads, your rice, cereals. Fats, stuff like your avocados, your oils, cheese, stuff like that. Is there a diet where we cut out carbohydrates? Yep, it's called Atkins or keto. Okay, cool. Is there a diet where you cut out fats? Yep, it's called a low-fat diet. Is there a diet where you cut out protein? Well, it's actually called a moderate protein diet, right? Now, is there a diet where you just have protein? Yep, it's called a carnivore diet. As you go through this stuff, all companies, businesses, people are doing, they're finding different combinations that you understand that will get you in a calorie deficit. If I said eat healthy foods, control your calories, you're like, cool. What's this one about cutting out carbohydrates? Because I've heard Jenny lost loads of weight doing that. Does that make sense, guys? We're busting myths here, and there's no magic behind these diets. They are all based off of calorie deficit. You name it, name whatever diet you want. These are all based off of calorie deficit. If you eat more calories than you burn off, you're going to put on weight. If you eat less, you're going to lose weight. If you eat the same, you're going to maintain. Okay, done. You've done. Which foods make you fat? None. Myth, done. I wish I could do a stamp. Next, which diets work? They all work. Every single diet works, right? Here's a new diet. Hit yourself on the head with a pen, eat in a calorie deficit. That is the new £1 million idea diet. It works, right? You eat in a calorie deficit, you smack yourself on the head with a pen, you're going to lose weight. It works. Don't eat breakfast, right? Cut out one of your whole meals. You're going to lose weight because you're cutting out calories from your diet. Whatever diet you choose, ask the question. Now, does this scenario, when I said, do trainers work? Yeah. Do diets work? Of course. Depends what you do with it. If you're going to eat a diet where you're going to eat more calories than you burn off, you'll put on weight. If you want to lose weight and you eat a diet where you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. Do trainers work? Do apples work? Do oranges work? Yeah, of course. Does that make sense? I know I'm being silly, guys, but I just like to have fun with this stuff. Okay, all right, that is a second myth done. I love myth busting. Okay, now we're going to get into, this is the fun stuff, right? This is where you're going to realize how mad the world is. How to lose weight with a quick fix. Juice cleanse, Herbalife, weight loss teas, cabbage soup diet, low calorie crash diets. Right, let's quickly go through this stuff, right? Because I'm going to smash through this presentation. Juice cleanse. What a juice cleanse is, you drink a certain, you buy the product, right? So you're going to buy this company's product. You're going to drink juices for 5-10 days, right? 500 calories a day. You're meant to be on 2,000 to maintain your diet. If you want to lose weight, you might be on 1,700 calories. Let's say 1,700 calories. You're now on 500 calories. What happens, right? Our metabolism starts reducing. We can't go above our 1%. I can't go below our 1%. So now we're burning water. We're crashing our metabolism and we're burning muscle. Our body has to find the fuel somewhere. It's going to go for your muscle. That is the juice diets. That's why they only work for a certain period of time. You can only dehydrate your body for a certain amount of water. And water is an incredible thing, right? So a guy did a science test just to test it out. And he dehydrated his body by 15 pounds. So in one day, he went from his weight, let's say it's 200 pounds, he dropped down 15 pounds to 185. Within the same day, he put the weight back on with water and increased it by 15 pounds. In one day, he went 30 pounds difference, 185 to 215, just through water manipulation. That's how incredible your body is. Your body can do these crazy things where it can lose weight really quickly. It can put on weight really quickly. And we think diets work because they give us these results quickly. It's not the diet, guys. It's not the diet. It's the water you're losing. There's no magic here. If you cut this amount of calories, extra calories, you're going to lose weight quicker. You're just losing water. That's why these things, I've said it a million times, they only last 10 days because you can only cut weight a certain amount before your body starts putting on weight, right? And a lot of these things, like a juice cleanse, you're going to dehydrate your body. So let's say you've lost 10 pounds in 10 days, right? So I'm 10 pounds lighter. Jump on the scale. I am 10 pounds lighter. My metabolism's down here. Your body is like a sponge and you squeeze the water out. Now you're going to rehydrate, right? The sponge is going to fill up with water. So we're going to put the weight back on because it's not real weight. It's just water weight we're losing, right? We're going to put the weight back on. If you have taken a sponge, you drained it and you dip that water in a swimming pool, the weight's going to go back on because it's not real weight. That's why. Because think about this. If you was 100 pounds overweight, right? And you can lose 10 pounds in 10 days. Why not just do 100 days and you've lost 100 pounds? Crazy, right? Okay, cool. So that is juice diet's done. Herbalife. Oh my God, these guys love contacting me. Herbalife. So what it is, you just replace your meals with shakes, calorie controlled shakes to get you in a calorie deficit. And especially weight loss teas. I mean, if there's anything more crazy than a weight loss tea, right? Like I've just got a cup of water here. I can call this a weight loss water. What I'm going to do is maintain a calorie deficit. Then I'm going to drink water. Weight loss water. The tea or the water had nothing to do with my weight loss, right? And do me a favor, next time you see some of these crazy packaging, go on the back and it says on it, you will lose weight with this product alongside a calorie controlled diet. Just think about it, right? You could do whatever you want right now, just anything. Do one squat. The one squat lose weight diet. It works if you maintain the calorie deficit. It works, right? You could do anything. You could do the opera diet. Sing opera every morning, right? At 7 a.m. exactly, because any more than that, you're not going to lose weight. Maintain a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. It's so crazy, isn't it? Right. Cabbage soup diet. This is madness. I think it's 5 or 7 days. You just have cabbage soup for. You make your life miserable so you can lose 10 pounds of water in 10 days, right? It's so crazy, isn't it? And then you put the weight back on. And then you go back onto cabbage soup diet because guess what? You let yourself go and, you fell off your diet and you should have stuck to it because you're going to lose more weight. You're always going to put the weight back on because it's not real weight, right? 1%. And low crash calorie diets. We've done this, crash dieting. Anything below 1%, right, in calories, you can't lose more. Like your body is 150 miles per hour max. Guys, this stuff makes sense, right? I'm trying to break this stuff down. I want to make it a little bit more fun because this stuff, when you do this stuff and you learn this stuff, it's overcomplicated. And it's like, guys, let's just strip this down and go, what's the keto diet? Why does this work? Well, it burns fat. You've got your ketones. You've got your blah. Can you lose weight on a keto diet in a calorie surplus? No. Cool. Does keto diet work? Yes, if you're in a calorie deficit. It all comes down to one principle. Are you burning off more calories than you're eating? Crazy, right? So now this is where I want to go into a bit of fun stuff. This is where someone says, Viv said, cabbage soup gives you horrendous farts. Don't do it. Okay, don't do cabbage soup diet for the farts. But more importantly, don't do it for every point I've just made. But yeah, fart take the one. But protein shake does the same thing, I'm telling you. Right, this is where I want you to now put on your science cap. I want you to sit there and go, now I know how weight loss works. Now I know how many calories to lose 1 pound of fat. Now I know how much weight I can scientifically lose. Can't more science is science, right? Now I know all of this. All I need to do is maintain a calorie deficit. Now I'm going to take you through some of the most extreme diets because I want you to see how mad this world is. How mad this is, right? The first diet is, well, it's not diet, it's surgery, right? So, a bypass surgery, right? Gastric bypass surgery. So, here's some interesting for you, right? So, when you eat, right? When you eat food, your stomach in one sitting can stretch to 8 times its capacity. It's like a balloon, right? In one sitting, it can stretch to 8 times its capacity. One sitting, right? What happens, right? When you eat, right, here's a tip for you guys. When you're eating, you never want to chase the full feeling. So when you're full, what you're doing is stretching your stomach, you're hitting it to this. Imagine it's a balloon. You know when you first get a balloon, right, it's really tight and you go, and you let it go. It's lost that elasticity, right? It's now bigger than it originally was. It doesn't set back to its original size. It gets bigger. Your stomach does the same thing. It stretches, right, and it stays. You eat to your full. It stretches and it stays. It stretches and it stays. Now, if you've been doing this a while, before you was eating this amount of calories to get full. Now your stomach's here. Look how many calories you have to eat to get full. So what you want to do, you never want to chase a full feeling. You want to chase and maintain, you want to chase a satisfied feeling, a satiated feeling. When you've eaten, you feel, I feel good, but I don't need to eat anymore. I feel quite good. What happens if you're here and you start eating until you're satisfied, your stomach will do this. Boom, 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 until, right, this is when people start eating healthy and they start getting results. They start living off of eating calories. Lost my train of thought there. They're eating till they feel satisfied. Okay, so when you're chasing a full feeling, your stomach will continue to stretch. You will continue to eat more calories. If you eat until you're satisfied, you will generally eat less calories and you'll maintain a healthy lifestyle, right? Maintain your calories and your weight through eating until you're satisfied, right? So now what surgery, right? Gastric bypass surgery. That's your stomach. So what gastric bypass surgery does says, look, you're eating too much food. Someone goes and goes, do you know what you could do? You could eat till you're satisfied and eat in a calorie deficit. And doc goes, that doesn't make me money. What we can do is take the stomach, we can cut it in half. We can staple that and chuck that bit of stomach away. Because you're eating too much food, the only way to stop you eating as much food as you're eating is to cut your stomach in half so you eat less food. Now, gastric bypass surgery is something we've heard before, right? So it may not be as shocking to you when you hear it because you've heard of it. But just think about that. Think about it like this. If I said I want to lose weight and a doctor said to me, well, if you cut your leg off, you lose weight. And you go, cool, let's do that then. Because, hold on, you need your legs. Guys, we've gone crazy here. Don't cut your leg off, you need your legs. They go, no, no, no. She said you wanted to lose weight. That's £3,000, please. Isn't that crazy? If I told you that scenario, you'd be like, you've gone mad. Tina, you've gone mad. You're keeping your legs. That's what gastric bypass surgery is. You're cutting the stomach in half. You're getting rid of it. You're stapling, making your stomach smaller because you can't be trusted to eat in a calorie deficit or make calorie maintenance, right? Cool. Sleeping Beauty diet. Sleeping Beauty diet. You are going to take sedatives. So you sleep for 16 to 17 hours a day. Because you're eating too much food, remember, all you need to do is eat in a calorie deficit. You're eating too much food. If you sleep the whole day, you're going to eat less food. That's a diet. There's a Sleeping Beauty diet, right? And you take sedatives. Because you're eating too much food, we're going to give you sedatives. Tapeworm diet. You're getting mad now, right? There's a tapeworm diet. You eat a tapeworm egg. I'm not making this stuff up. You eat a tapeworm egg. The egg hatches your stomach and it starts eating your food. Because you're eating too much, you need help with that food. And guess what? The tapeworm is going to take some calories off you. All you need to do is eat in a calorie deficit. But there are people cutting their stomachs in half. There are people eating tapeworm eggs. And there are people taking sedatives. The next one, cotton ball diet, which I didn't realize was actually quite popular with ballet dancers. You take a cotton ball, you dip it in oil so it slides down your esophagus. You fill your stomach up with cotton balls, so when you eat, you're full up. Take a minute to the madness that's going on in the world. Just take it, like, put your science out on, just sit there, right? As if you're a parent and your kid comes back and says, oh, I've heard about this. And you're like, babe, what are you doing? No, you're not eating a tapeworm. No, you're not cutting your leg off to lose weight. No, you're not taking sedatives. No, you're not cutting your stomach in half. Just control the amount of food you're eating. So just look at the madness going on in the world. Now go back to that. Look at that. Juice cleanse diet. You just need to eat in a calorie deficit, but now we're doing juices for 5 days. Herbalife, we're exchanging food for calorie controlled shakes. Low calorie crash diets, we're cutting out a huge amount of calories because we want to lose weight. A cabbage soup diet, we stop eating and we're just eating cabbage soup. Weight loss teas, we're drinking tea alongside a calorie controlled diet. We're cutting our stomach in half, we're taking sedatives, we're eating tapeworms, we're doing a cotton ball diet. Just because we've got 2,000 calories to eat and we keep eating above that number. This is what it's come down to. And this is the madness going on in the world. It's so crazy, right? I really hope you're listening to this and you're like shocked almost at what's going on because it is so crazy. And there is a battle, right? There's a battle in the industry between people like myself and the people that want to do things right. People want to teach you what to do the correct way. And people that want to make money, right? That's the lines. Listen to this. You can lose 1 pound a week with drinking water, getting enough sleep, right? Maintaining the calorie deficit and exercising regularly. £1 a week, so £4 in a month, right? With your 1%, whatever that is. And we can lose weight. Over 6 months, you can get your goal. Scenario one. Second one, £10 in 10 days. £500 on these juices. Buy these juices 5 days, you can lose £10. You can fit into your dress, go to your wedding, and look good. Which one of those is going to sell? And that's what the industry is. People out to make a quick buck and people that are trying to help people. So that's why this stuff isn't your fault. If you don't know this stuff, it's not your fault. We are taught to be confused. We're taught to not understand this stuff. So we buy products. We buy juices. We buy weight loss teas. We buy all these meal, like not even meal. I would say not meal prep companies because actually they're convenience as well, right? But we're buying these solutions because we want quick weight loss, right? Knowing now you should know, you can only lose 1% of your weight per week. There's no faster answer. So everything we do outside of that, we're just making our long-term results more extreme, right? So let's go. That's 3 myths done, guys. Sorry, I'm actually going slow on this presentation than I should have done. So we might run over an hour. I'm sorry, I love a talk. So let's quickly go. Myth 1, certain food makes you fat. No food makes you fat. We've established that. Famous diets, why do they work? They all maintain a calorie deficit. There's no magic. They're not doing anything magical. They all maintain the calorie deficit. Quick weight loss results, right? How to lose weight quickly and extreme things that people are doing just to maintain the calorie deficit. That's the third myth. You cannot lose weight quicker. Now, here's the next one, right? Which exercises will help you lose fat, right? Now, I'm going to go off this, right? So you've got walking on side this. Look at this. This is how many calories you can burn an hour. You've got 300 calories doing walking. Hula hoop, baby, 430 calories. Ride your bike, 250 calories or 600 an hour. Go long. You've got boxing and it ends 800 calories. Now, you've got all these things, right? Which one of these, right, will help you lose weight, right? You can drop your answers below. Which one of these? I'm going to look in the comments here. So go have a sip of your tea. And I'm going to read some of your comments and see what you said. Someone says, what about metabolism? Don't worry, we're going to cover that. Remember, we're all going from step 1 to step 10. I'm baby stepping you. There's nothing you're going to miss in this presentation. You're going to get everything you need. You're going to be like, cool, this is what I can always refer back to. Okay, cool. I'm currently watching and hula hooping. Yes, go on, Natalie, get your hula hoop out. Right. So this is something it's going to blow your mind if you don't know this stuff. If you know this stuff, you're like, yeah, cool. But just think about this, right? Just think about this. So if you looked at this, you go, which one of these can burn fat? You might have said all of them. You might name one particular one. This boxing burns the most amount of calories now, 800 calories, right? Now, which one of these burns fat? Listen to this. There isn't one workout or exercise in the world that burns fat. There isn't. There's not one exercise, not one workout that burns fat. You can only lose fat, right, by eating in a calorie deficit. Now, you may be saying, hold on a minute, slow down, because I've heard strength training does, I heard cardio does, I heard CrossFit does, I've got amazing results from doing this program. Slow down, right? We're eating 2,000 calories a day, right? If I'm eating 4,000 calories a day and I do boxing for 1 hour, how much fat did I lose from doing boxing? Nothing, right? Because now I'm in a 1,200 calorie surplus. The point isn't, can exercise help you lose weight? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you did an exercise, you went boom, and fat, physical fat you can pinch is burning off of you. That doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Exercise will assist you with losing fat with a calorie deficit, right? And depending on your goal, the exercise will be specific to that. But there is no exercise in the world that makes you lose fat. I just want to make that clear, right? Because I don't want to confuse you too much. When we're talking about actual fat, right? You're pinching fat and you're doing exercise to burn that fat. It doesn't exist. Because whatever exercise you give me, and I'm eating 5,000 calories a day, I'm going to put on weight. But you may be like, no, because I'm burning 800 calories here. Cool, but if you're eating 2,000 calories surplus, you're in a surplus. Your body won't burn fat. It will just take food to storage cupboard. So that's what's really important to understand, right? It all comes down to calorie deficit. Now, this is where exercise comes in. What if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, right? But you're burning 500 calories a day from exercise. Will you lose 1 pound of fat a week? Yes. Exercise will assist you to getting in a calorie deficit, but it comes down to your nutrition. That's why nutrition rules everything. And this is why, look on the left-hand side here. 10 minutes of fast food. We've all smashed a KFC. Come on, son. I feel like smashing one now. 10 minutes of fast food, you can consume 1,100 calories in 10 minutes. Now, let's just call this 1 hour. 1 hour of a spin class, you can burn 500 to 600 calories. So 1 hour of exercise, you can burn 600 calories. In 10 minutes, you consume nearly 1,200 calories. Can you see why nutrition runs the world? Well, in terms of weight loss, right? Because you eating the calorie deficit is what counts. No matter how many calories you burn in a day, if you're eating more calories than you burn off, you're not going to lose weight. So it's crazy, right? If you don't know this stuff, I know some of you guys are very aware of this stuff, so bear with me because we're going from step 1 to step 10. But I want everyone to be on the same page. I want you all to have these aha moments where you go, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. Something like, oh, I started just running. I started running every day, and I started losing weight. Right? Oh, this running every day makes you lose weight. It's not, right. What happened probably was you was eating breakfast for 500 calories, right, every morning. Now you're going for a run in the morning. You're not. That's 500 calories you was eating that's not there. Now you're going for a run, so you're burning 300 calories. So now that 500 plus your 300 calories, 800 calories is gone from your diet. 500 calories that you used to have for breakfast, 300 calories you're burning from running. It's not running. You're just, your exercise assisting you hitting in the calorie deficit. Does that make sense, guys? Right, cool. So that's our fourth myth done. So, guys, let's have a quick break. Let's have a quick breather because I've given you so much information, right? And I know this has blown your mind. And sorry, we've actually done an hour. I did want this to be quick, but I get so passionate, I get caught up in the moment. Let's do a quick 5-minute break. Not even 5 minutes. Let's just say 3 minutes, right? It's 8:12. So let's say 8:15. We'll come back in a few minutes, guys. Just grab a breather and let stuff sink in, and grab yourself a bourbon biscuit. That's what I'm going to do. Love your team. We're not gone. We're just halfway through. The second half won't be as long as this, but we need a mental break. Right, I'm putting the presentation on, guys. We'll come back in a few minutes. Let me add a clock on here so we've got something to go off of. 3 minutes. Add. There we go. We'll be back in 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. What up, guys? That's quick, wasn't it? That 3 minutes. And 1 second, let me get rid of the timer. It's starting to get them. And this has become my little go-to now. Bourbon biscuit. Bourbon biscuit and a cup of tea. I am. Oh, sugar. It says wifey on it. I grabbed the wrong cup. Right, this is the point. When I'm putting all this together, I do this. I know to welcome some of you guys back. Right, this stuff. I'm talking to you about nutrition and eating a bourbon biscuit with a cup of tea, guilt free. This is the life you're going to gain from doing this. Once you've got your license, remember this is your driver's license. Once you've got your license, you can do this guilt free. Now, I need to dip this in my tea, and I don't need you to hear it because that's horrendous. I don't need to see it, but I need this bourbon biscuit. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Did my sound come on? Oh my god, I'm devastated. If you heard me spluttering my tea. Right. That's gonna be my niche, the bourbon biscuit tea. And I will just to say, I live in Dubai and we just discovered they do bourbon biscuits and we fell in love with them again. So that's why I'm all over them. Right, we're going to get on the second half of this presentation, guys. So, I hope that all makes sense. I hope you had a second to digest it. We're going to get a little bit more into some sciencey stuff. Now, this stuff, right, this is just the stuff that you need to know. This is just the stuff you need to know. I am not giving you anything that you don't need to know. If it's just a load, if like, or like a lot of stuff when it comes to food nutrition is like, you want to drive from point A to point B, and someone goes, have you thought about changing your rims? And you're like, why would that make a difference? Because you look slicker. You're like, I just want to get from point A to point B. Someone else goes, why don't you put a spoiler in your car? I go, why? Because you drive quicker. And you go, what's the benefit of that? Well, if you're driving quicker, right, you're going to save money on petrol. So you would drive to point, and you go, so buying a spoiler will save me money. Right. It's so minute, right? The difference it'll make that you wouldn't even notice it. But that's what a lot of that bourbon biscuits want to me. That's what a lot of these products, right? When they sell you something, they're saying you've got these benefits. Yes, they may be factually true, right? If you add a spoiler to your car, you may in effect go a little bit quicker, right? Maybe by 0.000%, which may in effect mean you save petrol, which may mean you save money. Would you notice it? No, not at all. But that's what a lot of these products and stuff sell you on. So that'll make a little bit more sense as we go on. But the point is, right, some of these stuff they might use, it does this for you, and take glutamine and take this supplement and take this supplement because it's got these benefits. Will it make any difference to your results? Absolutely not. None of them. There's a couple of things we'll go over later on, but a couple of things that help. But when it comes to losing weight, these are all BS. It's all BS. Maybe 0.0001% there's some sort of fact in it, but when it comes to looking in the mirror, jump on scales, no difference. Okay, let's get onto stuff. Okay, second half of the presentation, macronutrients. Now, all food is broken into three categories. You've got your proteins, your carbs, and your fats, right? I'm only telling you the stuff that you need to know. Proteins are stuff like your eggs, your fish, chicken, blah, blah, blah. Protein foods, right? These help you build muscle. And I'm going to simplify these terms for you. Protein helps you build muscle. Carbs, you know, your beans, your lentils, it says quinoa, buckwheat, this is rice, oats, pasta, breads, cereals. These fall under your carbohydrates, okay? These are your energy food. Then you've got your fats. You've got oils, cheeses, butter. These are your fats, right? Now, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Now, there's a reason why this stuff is important. 1 gram of protein and carbs, right, is 4 calories. Fat is double. Fat is double. Now, let's look at this, right? So if you had chicken, right, but look what is equivalent of fat, oil. You could easily put loads of oil in your salad, right? But you couldn't eat the same amount in chicken, like the weight-wise, right? But it's double the amount of calories and fats. There's a reason why this is important, okay? So, Here is a cup of oil, right? This on the left is a cup of oil. Now, restaurants, when they cook for flavor. They don't cook for your health. If they're a chef, right, and they're making food that is healthy but it tastes terrible, they're not a really good chef. They're there to sell you their food, help you feel good, eat the food that you want, but they're there for taste, right? Now, see this is 1 cup of oil, right? How many calories? I want you to take a guess. Put it in the comments now. How many calories is that cup of oil? Take a shot. Drop your comments below. How many calories would you say is in that 1 cup of oil? 1 cup of oil. Take a guess for me. Just drop your comments there below, guys. Let's see what you guys are saying. What do you think in your comments? Drop them below. 1 cup of oil. I think it's going to all come through at once now. Amy says 100. What else we got? 1,000. All right. 800. Okay, what else we got? Oh, it's come through now. 500, 400, 1,000, 1,200, 5,000. Well, 500, 900. Right. Okay, cool. That's good. We get an idea. Funny because I laughed at 1,000 because you're halfway there. That cup of oil is 2,000 calories. Let that sink in. That's 2,000 calories. If your maintenance is 2,000 calories, that is your whole day there in that cup of oil. Now, you're not obviously going to eat that, but what I want you to think of, right, when you fry food, you go to a restaurant, and I'm not saying when you're cooking chicken, see that you got battered chicken, you've all had chicken, fried, chips and whatever, and they cook it in oil. I'm not saying you're eating 2,000 calories, but what I'm saying, these foods, right, you've had a burger, right, that you've come and you've got the tissue and you squeeze it and all this oil came out. I'm not saying you're eating 2,000 calories, but what I'm saying, that fried food is going to soak up some of that oil, right? So where you've had something innocent, right? You thought, oh, I've had some chicken. It's like, 200 grams of protein, like 200 grams in weight of that, and there's maybe 50 grams of protein or whatever. You may have also soaked up 600 calories in oil with that food. Now that's why fats, knowing what fats are, is really important, because you could instantly go to a restaurant, right, and you're going to order it. I'm eating healthy today. I'm going to get a steak. I'm going to get a salad, right? I'm going to live it up, live the dream. And you get there and your dressing all soaked in there. Now that chef may have done this. Boom, stirred it up, a little bit more oil, a little bit of salt, pepper, right? That innocent looking salad now could be 600-700 calories. If it was just a salad without dressing, it might be 100 calories. Just that, in a restaurant, you can add another 500-600 calories to your diet without even realizing it, right? So it's very important that you are aware of this stuff. The reason is because if you went to a restaurant, you're ordering, a simple thing to say is, do me a favor, can I have that salad, but can I have the dressing on the side? Then you have full control over what goes over your food. There's a reason I bring that up, because this does translate later on. If you're maintaining 2,000 calories a day, and you've been eating well the whole day, and then you go to a restaurant, you think, oh, you got a salad, why am I putting on weight? But there's secret calories in food that you may not be aware of. So that's why I want to bring that point up. Now, with every kind of food, there is the good and the bad, right? So I'm just going to give you an example here. So your good carbs, we call them good, is are your whole grains, your beans, your lentils, your starchy stuff, sweet potatoes, whole grain sauces, brown rice, quinoa, all that stuff, right? That is your good sauces. Your bad sauce, right, is your sweets, your chocolates, your sodas, your pastries, your cereals, your bread. Now, this is a question, right? If you want to lose weight, right, why don't you just live a life off of fast food? Why don't you just have a McDonald's diet? If you need to lose weight and you just have to maintain a calorie deficit, well, Big Mac's 1,500 calories. Why don't you have a Big Mac diet every day? Because we don't want to have a heart attack, right? If you have a diet high in bad carbs, they can lead to heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. On the other side, we've got a good fats, right? So good fats, stuff like your avocados, avocado oil, olive oils, fatty fish, coconuts, stuff like that, almonds, walnuts. These are your good sources of fat. Your bad fats, right, are your hydrogenated fats. These, like, you got your bacon, you got your butter, and stuff like that, right? Now, a diet high in bad fats can lead to high cholesterol, clogged up arteries, heart disease, and a stroke. right? So this is why, if, it's all based on calorie deficit, I want to lose weight, right? Why don't I just have butter and bacon and all that good stuff, right? You can. You can have a diet full of whatever food you want. As long as you're in a calorie deficit and your goal is to lose weight, you can do that. The reason we don't do that is so we don't have a heart attack, so we don't get diabetes, so we don't get obesity, right? All of these foods, every single food, our body can digest and process, right? It can process these foods. It knows how to deal with it. It's been around not longer than you because it's your body, but as in like nature, right? It learned how to digest these foods. There's only one thing that you want to avoid, right? Out of all the food in the world, every single thing in the world, whether it's a Big Mac or, fast food or whatever, you can have every single thing in your diet as long as it's moderated, right? Now, there's only one thing that you shouldn't ever have, and it's called hydrogenated fat, or sorry, trans fats. Trans fats. Now, trans fats were created by companies to make food last longer. So you see it in McDonald's, right? So for example, they did an experiment and took a normal bun, burger bun, left it on the side. In a few days, it turned green, right? A burger bun, they left it there for a year. It looks exactly the same in 1 year. So what they're doing, they've got this fats that makes it last longer, but trans fats lead to clogged up arteries and heart attack stuff. That's the only thing you want to cut out completely. It's the only thing your body doesn't know how to digest, but you want to cut out completely, okay? Everything else, please listen to me on this, everything else is okay. You can have anything you want. A bourbon biscuit, a pizza, McDonald's. You can have whatever you want in your diet. Your body knows how to digest it, how to deal with it. As long, it's really important, as it's moderated. If everything's balanced, everything's fine. And that's what it comes down to. I can sit here and have a cup of tea with my wifey's name on it and a bourbon biscuit. It's because the rest of my day is balanced, right? Our body knows how to deal with this stuff. But if my diet is predominantly white cereals, white breads, sweets, chocolates, blah, blah, this is going to lead to heart disease, diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, clogged up arteries, heart disease. That's why we're not just focused on a calorie deficit, right? There is more to this puzzle. That is the rules. The rules are a calorie deficit, you want to lose weight. But the reason we're not just focused on that is because we want to be healthy. We want to keep our internal healthy. It is completely possible, right? Completely possible to maintain a beach body physique, six-pack, the lot, Speedos, baby, whatever. You can maintain that, right, all year long. Inside, you could be on the verge of having a heart attack, right? Because I'm maintaining a calorie deficit, I'm doing my weight training, building muscle, but my insides are jacked up. So that's why it's important. This is why we don't just go, all right, calorie deficit, eat what I want. We go, calorie deficit, cool, let's balance everything out, because my body can process a McDonald's, right? But as long as my whole day isn't McDonald's. Hope that makes sense, guys. So this is why I want to take you through this guilt-free life. Now, the only other important thing is the effects on sugar. Now, with sugar, this is something that's really important. Now, when you have a fast processing stuff, this isn't just sugar, right? But I'll use sugar example, but fast carbs and stuff like that. When you have sugar, right, it spikes your blood sugar levels. That makes sense, right? You have sugar, it spikes your blood sugar levels. Now, it's like a roller coaster. Once your body hits the peak of the spike, it has to crash. It has to go the opposite way because it's hit the peak, so it crashes. When it crashes, right, so look at the bottom here where it says crash. When it crashes, this is where you get hunger. You're like starving. Oh my God, I need something. I'm craving some sugar and chocolate. I need something, right? So you have something that you're craving to pick you back up, right? So, do you know what? Smash that Snickers bar. Snickers bar, our blood sugar levels can do this, right? What happens when it gets to the top? What happens when it gets to the bottom? Something to pick you up. And we do this all day long, right? Our blood sugar levels spike, they crash. They spike, they crash. What our goal is, right, with our blood sugar is to maintain them. If we maintain, this helps cut out this constant need for hunger, this constant craving for sweets and sugar, right? So as you see, it goes down here. So that green zone, that's our ideal. If we can maintain our blood sugar levels in that zone, that will be ideal. Now, you can see on the right, it says, when we crash, what happens? You get hunger, angry when you're not eating, you get mood swings, you get sugar cravings, your energy crashes, you get depression. When your blood sugar levels crash, this is where we feel lethargic. You ever had like a pizza or chips or whatever, and you leave and you feel, oh my God, you feel so flat. You fall asleep in front of the TV. It's because your blood sugar levels have done this and they crash. Again, it's just not sugar, right? It's the way your body processes food, right? But it crashes. When it crashes, right, We need that pick-me-up as well. So we end up in this cycle. Now, let's go on to, okay, 1 second. Just checking I've covered everything I need to cover in here. So again, yeah, our goal here is to maintain our blood sugar levels. If we can have, so you know, talk about having balance, right, in our food, right? So I can have a bourbon biscuit. It's fine. Small little ripples. But that's why, you know, if you have like a binge night, the next morning you have something bingy in the morning, oh, I just need like a fry up, proper British thing to do, fry up in the morning, and it spikes your blood sugar levels. And what happens? You crash, and you have this whole day of this wave. We need to get out the wave, and we need to try and get in a sustained zone. So if you are feeling hungry, feeling craving, you're craving these certain foods, it's pretty much because your blood sugar levels are doing this, right? We want to try and maintain them. How we do that? Eating consistently out of day, eating good food, eating foods that are slower digesting than sugar or white breads and stuff like that. We'll get into that in a second. Okay, cool. So next, now we're talking body composition. So this is the difference, right, between losing weight and losing fat. Now, if we're just talking weight loss, why not eat a calorie deficit, right? Eat what you want because you can eat McDonald's and you're going to lose weight. Now, what happens? We get a little thing called skinny fat. When we're not eating enough food, right, or we're eating less food then we're burning off. Was that the right way I said it? Yeah, if we eat in the calorie deficit, our body will always, and this is a sad truth, our body burns carbs first, then it burns protein and muscle, then it burns fat. Carbs takes 20 minutes to an hour to break down. Protein takes 4 hours to break down. Fats takes 1 hour. Now, our body is in a situation where it wants quick fuel, right? It's looking for quick fuel. So you've run out of carbs, it's like, right, we need something, we need to burn something. Look, we've got all this energy going out. So it looks over, right? And protein's 4 hours. Fat is sitting over there with a packet of Pringles going, what's that? And it's like, oh mate, listen, it's take me ages to get over there. And a protein's sitting there going, what happened? And your body goes, protein, come with me, you need to go. This is how your body works, right? It wants to go for the quicker source. The quicker source is carbs. The second quicker source is protein. So your body will always break down carbs first. Second, it will always break down protein. This is so important to understand. Now, when we're losing weight, and this is why I say weight, not fat. When we're losing weight, our body will more than likely, if you're not exercising alongside it, it will lose muscle. And this is where we get to skinny fat. So on the scales, you've lost weight, but it doesn't show it in your body. You've still got a layer of fat, right? Now, on the right-hand side, this is called fat loss. Now, what we're doing is targeting fat, not weight. Now, when we're losing fat, what happens with calorie deficit? We're eating enough protein, right, to maintain our muscle, and we're lifting weights. Think about it like this. For your body, you got your carbs, your protein, your fat. For your body to skip this and go to this, we have to give it a reason. We have to give it a reason to go to fats. Otherwise, they'll be like, why? You know, yeah, because I want the muscle and I want to look good in a little bikini. Your body goes, grow up, come on, you're next. You have to maintain, you have to eat enough protein and lift weights. We're telling our body, look, I'm lifting what I'm doing next time, I'm doing squats, right? I'm using these leg muscles. You cannot use this for fuel. And your body goes, all right, cool. I'm also doing presses. I'm doing presses above my head. I'm doing rows, right? I'm using this muscle. And your body goes, all right, cool. And you're also giving enough protein. So our body does need fat, does need protein, right? To burn fat. It uses protein. So as long as it comes from our diet and not a muscle, our body's got everything it needs, right? You're lifting weights. So you're saying to your body, look, don't use this muscle for fuel because I need it for the exercise I'm doing. And I'm also giving it enough protein. So if you do need protein, take it from my food. So your body then turns to fat. Does that make sense? You're giving your body a reason to skip protein to burn for fuel. By exercise, we're using weights and eating enough protein, right? And this is where we get lean, right? This is where we burn fat. So there is a difference between weight loss and fat loss. If you just lose weight, your body will burn fat. Yeah, of course it will burn fat, but it will also burn a ton of muscle and you'll get skinny fat. If you want to lose fat, right, and you want to look lean and toned, have that athletic physique, you need to give your body a reason to burn fat instead of protein. Lifting weights, eating enough protein, and obviously maintain your calorie deficit. So this is what I just explained here. So why is it so hard for us to lose fat? Now, this presentation lasted longer than I thought, so I'm actually going to go a little bit quicker on this bit now because I want to give you this good stuff. So why is it so hard to lose fat? Again, this is what I explained. Carbs first, protein second, fat last, right? Now, there are other factors with this. If you are older, right, if you're in your 40s, not 40s really, but 50s and 60s, right, our testosterone levels drop. And our body finds it harder to maintain muscle, right? So it tends to use muscle for fuel. Now, what's really important for women, right? Really important for women. As you get older, your body needs fat to balance hormones. This is so important. If you was at 21, right, if you looked at a body fat chart for ages and female, right, what would be considered overweight at 21, when you're 50 is actually considered your healthy, ideal body fat. So I know you've got that 21-year-old picture of yourself on the wall where you're like, listen, I want to get back to that. Do you remember when I had that? My little tighty whities on, mate. I look good. I want to get back to that, right? Those days are gone. We're in a point where our body needs more fat to balance hormones. This is specifically for women. This is why you're so annoyed with your husband when he goes on a diet for 2 days and he's lost more weight than you in a month, right? Guys don't have that same problem. They can lose weight quicker. Women, they're battling, their body needs fat for hormone balance. That's so important to understand. So your age and your gender does affect your journey as well. That is why it's hard. Right. So as I said, we need to give our body a reason to burn fat. Now, this is how we burn fat. We have to maintain a calorie deficit, as we explained. We have to strength train. We have to give our body a reason to keep the muscle. And last, we have to eat enough protein. Remember, we are discussing not how to lose weight, how to burn fat. Eat in a calorie deficit, strength train, eat enough protein. Okay, we're going to do a quick recap because that was a lot of information. I get so caught up in this. All right, so this is a quick recap of everything we've done. All food is categorized into macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats. A diet high in processed foods, you know, we spoke about your white breads and your all that sugar foods and stuff like that, spikes and crashes your blood sugar levels. This is linked to heart disease, diabetes, obesity, blood pressure, high blood pressure. This is why we just don't have a diet full of crap food, right? Now, our body will always choose to burn muscle over fat. So we are battling our body's natural instinct to store fat. Remember, survival, it wants to store fat and build muscle. So we have to give our body a reason to burn fat. Calorie deficit, strength train, and adequate protein. Remember we explained at the start, our body wants to store fat for emergencies, right? Our body will always burn muscle first. So we create a deficit, right? So it's now has to, if you're 500 calories in deficit, your body will still be burning 2,000 calories. So it has to get that calories from somewhere, right? So it takes it off of your body. That's the beauty, right? That's weight loss, that's fat loss. Sorry, that's weight loss. Then fat loss, calorie deficit, eat, strength train, and then eat enough protein. Okay, so getting started. So this is, right, this is the good stuff now. Do you remember I told you this is everything you need? I've given you all the science, right? I hope that makes sense. And guys, if you don't get this the first time, please rewatch this video second and third time. This is everything you need. Once you learn this stuff, you have got your driver's license. You don't need anything else after this. Everything else might be tips that helps out, help motivate you, help, you remember stuff like, oh yeah, I remember that point. You've got your license. Get in your car, enjoy the world, okay? Right, so this is our objectives. How can you now transform your body and your life? So these are 3 things we're going to do. We're going to control our calorie intake. We're going to take full control of how many calories we eat per day. Next, we're going to maintain our calorie output, right? For a healthy heart, the reason we exercise, right? Exercise doesn't help you lose weight. Why do we exercise? For a healthy heart, healthy insides. Because we want to maintain a long, healthy life, right? We have to keep our heart healthy. So we're going to maintain a level of exercise. So what we're going to do, obviously, we're controlling our calories. We was eating 3,000 calories a day. We're going to go, cool. We're now eating 2,000 calories a day. Now we're also maintaining how many calories we have on an output, and I'll explain how we're going to get there. And the next, improve your lifestyle. Getting enough sleep, all that good stuff. Let me check. Is that the next part? Yeah, okay. So obviously your lifestyle is trying to de-stress, right? Getting enough sleep. When your stress hormones are high, right, it encourages your body to burn muscle. That's not what we want. So there's things that we have to do to help our journey, right? De-stressing, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, and little lifestyle choices we can make, okay? Cool. So this is our objectives, right? This is how you're going to transform your life. Take control of your calories, maintain how many calories you're burning every day once we get that number, and then improve making good lifestyle choices. Okay, we're getting to the end of this, guys. This is objective stuff. Right, so how do we track our calories, right? Now, you have to understand this, right? Yes, there are people who get obsessed with stuff, right? I'm sure there's a lot of you guys in here who have drunk alcohol, been fine, right? Some of you may not, may have gone over the top, but some of us have drunken alcohol and been absolutely fine, right? There are other people that take it to extreme, right? And become alcoholics, whatever. All this stuff, right? People get into this thing of, oh, I'm not doing that. Oh, now you come obsessed, you come, you get all this, right? Yes, there are people that will take it to extreme. It doesn't take away the power of knowing and learning this stuff. That's one thing I want you to get to know. This stuff works. This is how we're going to do it. If you are someone that's got an addictive personality, you find this is not the route for you, that is fine. But for everyone else, this is the route to go down, okay? So just a little caveat there. Okay, 1 second. Oh, my chat's there. Okay, cool. So MyFitnessPal, the best way you can do this now, you can transform your life, is tracking your calories, right? How can we take control of calories? We can track our calories. Now, the great thing about MyFitnessPal, it's a free app by Under Armour. You can plug your goal in there, right? And this is what MyFitnessPal is going to do. It's going to give you your numbers. It's going to let you maybe like, oh, how many calories do I need to eat to lose weight? MyFitnessPal will give you your numbers, right? All this stuff I'm giving you is gold now. This is how you're going to apply it to your life. Go to MyFitnessPal, completely free, sign up to it. It will give you your numbers. So you know how many calories to lose weight, how much to put on, and how much to maintain. Once you start tracking your food, you are going to understand food so much better. You're going to be literally like, oh my God, why have I been eating that? I could have 10 of these for the same calories in this. Once you get an understanding of food, you're like, holy, why has no one told me this stuff, right? Why is this food better than this food? Why can't this person eat McDonald's every day? They didn't put an ounce of fat, but I look at a Snickers, I put on 10 pounds, right? Understanding food, understanding calories, knowing you're eating a calorie deficit, my God, this stuff is so powerful. So you can learn your numbers, you can understand calories in food, it's so powerful. And it's easy to track your results, right? It's easy to track results. You're getting your numbers. You're saying, my goal is to maintain a 300 calorie deficit every day. At the end of the week, it says, you've maintained a 300 calorie deficit every day. You jump on the scales and it goes, you've lost weight. And you go, holy crap, this has been available to me the whole time and I didn't know about it. Then I want to put on weight. I'm going to eat in a calorie surplus, 250 calories every day. I eat 250 calories every day, I jump on the scales. I've put weight on at the end of the week. This stuff is going to change your life if you're new to this. Now, and this also allows you to balance your diet, right? I am not someone who's into I'm not someone who's into like strict dieting. I just had a bourbon biscuit while doing a nutrition talk to over 1,000 people, right? Your life, this stuff should not dictate your life, right? This should be something that is alongside what you're doing. Your family life, your work life, whatever you're doing, right? This should go alongside it, just riding alongside. This should not be your life. And that's what I want to walk away with this. I want you to take control of this should not be your life. This should be something, once you've got your license, guys, you are not sitting there taking your driver's license, reading the books, reading the codes on the road. Is that a thing? But you're not doing that anymore. You've got this, right? And this is crazy, man, because this is I get so passionate because this is, once you learn this stuff, once you've got your driver's license, you are going to change your life forever. And when I mean forever, forever. And so when it comes to like dieting, right, for example, a lot of like old school method, you might have heard of what's called like cheat meals and cheat days. What that means is 6 days a week, right, you're eating clean, healthy foods. And at the end of the week, you get to treat yourself and have something that you might enjoy eating, right, as a reward. Let's just say you had a wedding on Wednesday and you went there and, oh, come and have a glass of champagne, come and have some of this, mate. You're like, oh, no, sorry, mate, I'm on a diet, mate. Friday's my cheat day. You should have done your wedding then, your fault. Like, this is taking over your life, right? And it shouldn't be. This should complement your life. And the beauty thing is, right, once you understand calories, right, once you understand calorie deficit, once you understand the principles to how to lose weight, you can eat what you want, when you want, guilt-free, because you are balancing it all out. I can have a bourbon biscuit because my whole day isn't bourbon biscuits. I can have a McDonald's for lunch because my whole week isn't McDonald's for lunch. Does that make sense? My God, this stuff, man, is so powerful. I'm so passionate about this, man. So this is, I told you, I'm giving you exact numbers. Now, if you want to lose fat, right, I'm assuming you guys want to lose fat. This is your macronutrient split. 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fats. Right, so when you go into MyFitnessPal, it's going to ask you what your goal is, right? Your goal is your 1%. So if you're 200 pounds and you want to lose £2 a week, you can set it to £2 a week, right? If you're 150 pounds, you're not going to set it £2 a week because your goal is 1.5 pounds, right? Cool. So you're going to set your macronutrients to 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fat. Your fats and carbs are interchangeable, which means if one day your carbs are higher, one day your fat's higher, it doesn't matter. It won't make an ounce of difference on your results. What you want to maintain is your calorie intake and your protein. They're the two most important things. Remember, for our bodies to burn fat, we have to eat enough protein, okay? It's really important. And then you're going to adjust your activity level to include exercise. So basically, when you go to MyFitnessPal, sometimes what happens, if you've got an exercise tracker on, it may say, you've burnt 800 calories, and then it will give you 800 calories in MyFitnessPal to eat extra. Don't do that. We're going to include our exercise within our calories. So when it says your activity level, it says 3 options, right? It said sedentary, don't exercise, 1 to 2 times. Let's say lightly active, active, and very active. So let's go, let me just, sorry, it's not focusing on me. So it says sedentary, not moving at all, lightly active, active, and very active. This is what I want you to do. Sedentary, if you're not doing any exercise, that's not you, because we will be, okay? Lightly active is if you exercise 1 to 2 times per week, you're lightly active. If you exercise 3 to 5 times a week, you are active. If you exercise 6 to 7 times a week, you're very active. We are going to factor in our activity level according to our calories, because our activity level will dictate how many calories it gives us. What a lot of people do when they go to MyFitnessPal, it says 1,200 calories. You should never, ever, ever start or go to 1,200 calories. It's the bottom of the barrel. What most people do is set their activity level to sedentary. It says, oh, I don't do any moving, but I want to lose the most amount of weight. So the only way you can lose it has to give you that calorie deficit. But what we're going to do, we're going to increase our calorie output of hitting a target, right? Is it my next point? Yeah, it was here, okay. Of hitting a target. I'll explain that when we get into that. So guys, that is your thing, okay? MyFitnessPal. You can learn about food, get your actual numbers that you can now use, right? And they're personalized to you. You set your macronutrients to 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fats. And our activity level, we're not going to change our activity. We're not going to change our calories according to what our fitness tracker said we burnt. We're going to factor that in to our activity level and then go off that number. Don't change that number. Right. So how do we maintain our calories? So we've just gone through. First point, controlling our calories. MyFitnessPal, controlled. Next, how do we maintain our output? I want you to maintain a target of 10,000 steps per day, right? You may be on 2,000, you may be 3,000, 5,000. You may be working out. Your eventual goal will be 10,000 steps per day. This is to lead a long, healthy heart. This ain't for some crazy fat loss journey or anything. This is just for your heart to beat and be healthy. It's 10,000 steps a day. So that is your goal. Now, as I said, just that alone, right? We're going to lose weight, but we might not lose fat. So how do we lose fat? We have to add in some form of strength training into your workouts. This doesn't have to be, this isn't no CrossFit. As long as you're adding some sort of resistance, you're giving your muscles a reason to stay. You might do a few squats, you might do a few push-ups, you might do a few sit-ups. Exercise that involves your muscle. Give your body a reason to burn fat and keep your muscle, right? So you want to include strength training. And some of you might be like, oh, I've never done strength training. Oh, it's for the young crowd. Listen, as you get older, strength training gets more and more important because strength training increases your bone density. Your bone density, it dictates, osteoporosis and stuff like that, okay? So if your bones start getting brittle, it's because you've not been doing strength training. We want to strengthen our bones, especially for when we're getting older. Your strength training doesn't have to be freaking backflips with a barbell. You can get a band behind the door and do a few rows here. You can do a presses. Some form of exercise that involves your muscles. Like you might do HIIT training and do mountain climbers and runs on the spot, jumping jacks, right? None of that, when I mean involves your muscles, when I mean is going to give your body a reason to keep the muscle. But doing squats for a certain amount of times, doing push-ups, doing overhead presses for a certain amount of time, that's a reason for your body to keep the muscle. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, cool. So how do you improve your lifestyle? 8 hours of sleep per night, right? That's our goal. I know literally none of you get 8 hours per sleep per night, but our goal is 8 hours of sleep per night because we lose weight when we sleep. Our body repairs its muscle when we sleep, not when we're doing it. When we're in the gym, our body isn't losing weight. It's not building muscle. It happens when we're resting, right? That's when the bricks start repairing and all that good stuff. So it happens when we sleep. So getting 8 hours of sleep is so important. I know you struggle with it. I struggle with it. I've got a little daughter, and it is a struggle, but that is our goal, okay? Reducing stress. If you've got stress in your life, cut it out, right? If you're on Instagram, right, and there's something there that's bothering you, you see a post, unfollow them. Don't let anyone take it personally. Get stress out of your anything that's causing stress. Just cut it out. Cut it out. You don't need it in your life, and it's not going to help your results, right? Cut stress out. And alcohol. Alcohol is quite an important one. I won't go too much into alcohol, but basically, drinking alcohol and losing weight is like going up a hill with roller skates on. Yes, it can be done. You can lose weight, and you can go up a hill with roller skates on, but you make life so much harder for yourself. What alcohol does, when you drink alcohol, right, it becomes the primary energy source. So the whole day you've eaten good food, good healthy food, right? You're doing really well. And as soon as you drink alcohol, your body goes, screw that food, we need to break this down, right? What alcohol does, it tells your body, I'm not going to give you the science, right? I'm just going to give you the basics. Alcohol tells your body to burn muscle and tells your body to store fat. We don't need to go into science of how it happens because you don't need to know it, right? Don't need to know it. Alcohol tells your body to store fat and burn muscle. We're trying to retain and build muscle, burn fat. Alcohol says store fat, burn muscle. So yes, you can lose weight drinking alcohol, but it depends how quickly you want your results. When I say how quickly, I mean how do you want your train, right? At full speed, or do you want it as this? So what I would recommend, right, if you are a big alcohol drinker, just listen. Do 1 month, right? Do 1 month or 2 months where you cut the alcohol out. Get your results, right? See your results. Get that engine going, right? And then start including it in. That's what I would recommend. You don't have to, but again, you still will get results. As long as you're in a calorie deficit, you'll get results. But alcohol just has a different effect on the body. All right. Okay, cool. Right, this is stuff you can do. Here's small changes, right? We're right at the end of the presentation, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I've gone way over, but I'm bloody passionate about this stuff. So, small changes for huge results. Avoid drinking calories, lattes, cappuccinos, full fat sodas. Drinking calories is the easiest way to get calories in without even realizing it. If you're trying to maintain a 1500 calorie deficit and you have a 500 calorie drink of orange juice alongside your breakfast, you could have just had water, right? So cutting out calories from drinking is the best way. You can have diet sodas, absolutely fine for you, right? Water is the best option you've got, right? You can put cordial in your water to make it a little bit more interesting. But if we can cut out drinking calories, huge results, right? If you are drinking 500 calories a day, do your maths. If you cut out 500 calories a day from drinking calories, how much weight would you lose at the end of the week? 1 pound, right? Cool. Next one. Ask for sauce and oils on side. Like I said, if you're having a salad, right, and they're cooking it in oil, and that cup was 2,000 calories, you could get 500 calories in it. Get your oil and sauces on side, so you've got full control of what goes on your dinner. Cooking your own food. Obviously, if you're cooking your own food, you've got full control of what goes in that. Prepping your meals and snacks. If you've prepped your food, you know what you're going to eat that day. You're not just waking up like, bloody hell, I need to get to work, mate. Oh, good. Only thing I can do is go down to the cafeteria. I'll go down to the burger van. Or, you're not, what's the term? Flying by the seat of your pants. Is that a term? But as in, you're not winging it every day. You've got full control because you know what you're having that day. You know what snacks you're having. You know how to maintain your deficit. Perfect. Cook with 1 calorie Pam spray. There's a thing called Pam spray. It's oil, 1 calorie. Oil, 100 calories. You're cooking it. So just a simple switch like that. You're cutting out these little bits of calories, man. It helps you in your calorie deficit. It's so easy. It's not easy, but do you know what I mean? It just makes it easier. Sweetener instead of sugar. Use sweetener instead of sugar. Sugar creates sugar spikes. I will say about sweetener, as it stands at this exact moment on the 27th of March 2021, there is no bad effects of having sweetener. There may be science that goes, oh, do you know what? This has been linked with this. This has been linked with that, right? And people have different opinions, right? As it stands, science today, if you have sweetener in your diet, it won't make a damn bit of difference to your life. Whether research comes out later on and says different, as it stands today, you can have sweetener, no ill effects. So having a soda and stuff like that, a diet soda, absolutely fine, right? What else? Reduce your sugar intake, right? So try and cut sugar out of your lifestyle. Try and not cut it out, but if you look on a packet of foods, you're going to see so much sugar in food, right? They use sugar for flavoring. And actually what they used to do back in the day was do low-fat foods, right? Low-fat foods. So they take the fat out, making you think it's healthy, and they packed it with sugar. So this huge sugar spike, what happens when you have sugar spike? It crashes. What happens when it crashes? You crave more sugar, right? And then you end up like becoming a puppet to Kellogg's. So reducing sugar intake, being aware of what's on food, drinking 2 liters of water per day helps flush out your system, helps rehydrate your body, helps you lose fat through urine actually. A good one here is eat slower. When we eat quickly, right, we smash in food, it takes our body a while to catch up that you've eaten. So it takes a while for your body to realize you're full. You notice that people that tend to be overweight, they smash their food, like, bah, because their body hasn't caught up that they're eating yet. And when the time catches up, they're so behind that now they're full of bloody arms stuffed. If you eat, right, and you're a fast eater, I used to be a fast eater, eat, put your knife and fork down, grab a drink, have a sip. A couple of minutes, just take it easy, have a conversation, put your cup back down, have a little bit more, sip a drink. Slow it down. Give your brain time to catch up your eating, and you'll notice you're going to get full on a lot less food. And what happens to your stomach? No surgery, baby. And drinking water before meals. Here's a little fun fact for you. So there's a scientific experiment done, and they did half a litre of water before every meal. So 2 groups, right? They drank 500 mils of water before every meal, and those guys didn't. The guys that drank, after 12 weeks, the guys who drank 500 mils of water before every meal lost 44% more weight than the guys who didn't. That's crazy, right? Now, obviously, what happens is probably they're feeling more full, and sometimes you mistake thirst for hunger and you eat when you're actually thirsty. But just that little tip, just drinking water before your meal, and you can get 44% better results. I mean, put that into a year. Think about what that is in a year. That's like 4 months of the year. Terrible math right now. 4 months of the year, you're going to be ahead of your neighbor from just that little change. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, cool. Now, here you go. Absolute gold. This is stuff I've given to my clients. This is how I've helped my clients lose weight. And when I say I work with thousands of people, I'm not gimmicky. This isn't a gimmick when I say I work with thousands of clients. Thousands. It's actually, if I looked at it, it'll be over 10K I've worked with in person. In person, right? I'm not making this stuff up. This is true. Right. This is an easy plan that you can follow, right? Wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is have a protein shake. Protein shake is absolutely fine. 2 scoops of that is 40 grams of protein. For lunch, you're going to have a protein mixed with a salad. For dinner, you're going to have a protein mixed with a vegetable. And for snack, you can have some sort of protein snack as a Greek yogurt as an example. If you follow this, your life will change. You don't have to think about things. I'm going to have salad for lunch, some vegetables and protein for dinner, a little protein snack, and a shake in the morning. This is something, you can screenshot this if you want. Easy to follow plan. Protein shake in the morning, look at what it adds up to, right? That's your 40% of protein, 150 grams. You've had a protein shake in the morning, you've had this is 2 meals, look at it. A shake in the morning, a protein, and obviously you can add to this, right? You've got your MyFitnessPal, and you just say you put all that in, and this is the beauty, right? Let's say your calorie deficit is 1,500. That adds up to 1,000 calories. You've got 500 calories to do with what you want, whatever you want, whatever you want. As long as you keep it within 500 calories, whatever you want. Choco ice cream, chocolate bar, McDonald's, keep going to McDonald's, anything you want. And that's the beauty of this, right? As long as you're in a calorie deficit and your day's balanced, you could eat what you want when you want at any point of the day, because you can always balance it out. Freaking powerful stuff this is. Okay. Are we at the end? Okay, cool. So what's next, guys? That is actually the end of the presentation. I hope you enjoyed that. That I went over way longer than I anticipated. I think it's going to be a 2-hour presentation. Freaking heck. I'm so sorry, but I hope you got benefit from this. I get so passionate about this stuff. I really was going to go into detail about some stuff. Now, I hope you had some aha moments doing that. You felt like, oh my God, that makes sense to me. Someone says, oh, this diet works. Cool, every diet works. Like, do you know what I mean? Which foods make you put on weight? None. Which exercise help you lose weight? None. But it depends what your goal is, right? If you want to lose fat, then you need to add strength training in. That's why strength training helps fat loss. Does that make sense? Cool. So the next point is what's next. So I'll just give you a little bit more information, guys, because if you're new to me or you want to know a little bit about what I do in this, and I'll just explain next. So I've got a platform, right? So I only launched this a couple of months ago. So as I said, you've got 2 industries. selling you juice, selling you pills, selling you shakes and stuff like that, or somebody's trying to give you the information you need, right, to maintain this life. So this is just going to give you a little bit more what I do. Now, obviously, you guys might know me from walking workouts. I do the walking workouts online. My knowledge goes way beyond that, but that's obviously what's kind of brought me to the dance in terms of like online stuff. So I've got a new platform called getfitwithrick.com, right? And I've got an offer that I'm going to give you guys. If you're watching the presentation, I've got a little offer because I want to give you that kickstart if you do need that kickstart, right? So it's a 10 for 10 off. I'll get into what that is, right? So what is the membership platform? So basically, this membership platform includes these exclusive workouts. So you've got, guys, if you've done my walking workouts before, there's stuff that's not, this is the more challenging stuff. If you want to challenge yourself, this is the more challenging stuff. So if you're in, let me just say a caveat. If you are enjoying my walking workouts online and they are fine for you, please carry on. There is so much more to come out. It's all going to be free. It's going to be on there. Please do that. The information I'm giving today, I want you to change your life. You've got the tools. You've got your driver's license. The Rick Waller driver's license, you've got it. You can use it now. But this is for people. If you want to take it up a notch, you want a little bit more help, or you want something, this is what this is there for. A few people thought that I was just trying to monetize this audience, right? But this is actually what I do in real life, right? I personal train, I do boot camps, I do fitness stuff. And this is more like the personal training side. So I've created a platform which is almost like the personal training side, but like a 1/50th of the cost of it, because you get a little bit more one-on-one stuff, right? So if you're interested in this stuff, please carry on. If you're not, you can log out now, absolutely fine. But I'll just give you, for those guys who are interested, this is what I do. So this platform includes exclusive workouts. You can see dumbbell workouts, power workouts, interval workouts, the 6,000 step one that you guys really love that. That's the disco workout. There's a 6,000 step one there. There's a 10,000 step 80s one coming out soon. And it's stuff that you guys requested. People requested Pilates workout, a yoga workout, standing yoga workout, foam rolling workout. So this has been updated all the time. So you get exclusive workouts that won't be available anywhere else, right? Again, these are people that want to take it up a notch. Next, live workouts. You get to work out with me, right? Once a month, we get together and we actually do that. Is a terrible screenshot. We do live workouts. What is my face doing? We do live workouts. So lovely guys want to actually work out me live. It's super fun, man. We get a whole community together in real time like this, but we smash an hour workout. It's so much fun. And we also do live Q&A. So we actually, every month, we sit down like this and I choose a topic and we go over it. My last one, I just had a guest trainer who did, the one I did a podcast with, Karis. We did mindset and motivation. Some of you struggling with mindset, some of you struggling with what gets you motivated. And we unlocked a few things. Man, it was so valuable, that stuff. And like, if you found value in this, there's only so much. I mean, that was 2 hours, man. Jeez, I was trying to do an hour. There's only so much I can fit in this space. There's so much more to come. And I know it feels like, how can there be more? But nutrition, training, your workout style, your regime, what your schedule looks like, match with your family life, match with your life, specific stuff. There's so much more to do. So we do live Q&A, do live workouts. We also got bonus. This one's a cool one. I did a bonus challenge. This was a 10-day challenge. So some of you done the walking workouts. It's a 7-day challenge. This is a 10-day challenge, and it includes. This will take you to a new level. If you've not done HIIT training, if you've not done strength training, or boxing training, or yoga, this is going to take it up a notch. You're going to introduce to brand new workouts, man. It's super fun. And again, there's so much more content to come out. I mean, I've only done this. This has only been like 8 weeks now, and the platform has grown so much. And what's really cool is, like, if you're doing walking workouts, you're oversaturated with adverts, right, on YouTube. And the problem is, there's a few problems with YouTube. The first thing is the ads. I don't own the music, so I use copyright music. So people who own the music can run ads on the video, and I've got no control over that, right? If I use a Michael Jackson track, Michael Jackson's estate will run adverts on it. They'll make profit from it, but I don't control that. So this platform is ad-free. The second one is music gets flagged. Some music gets copyrighted and it gets flagged, so I can't use the music, right? There's one of the workouts that's on there, which couldn't go on YouTube, which is on there now. Exclusive workouts, like Jason Derulo track, Little Mix track, all the latest tracks out, but I couldn't use it because it was blocked. So great thing is ad-free and copyright music. Now, what I'm going to do here, guys, as a little welcome offer for you guys, a few asking for a trial. They want to see what the platform's like, and we've got our membership, right? Our membership is $29 a month, which I think is an absolute steal. When you think about personal training, $500 to $800 a month or pounds. This is a fraction of that, but you're going to get way more information because you can watch your stuff again. You can do these workouts at home. So I've got an offer here, $10 for 10 days, 10 for 10. I like that sound of that. So it's 10 for 10. So basically, this is only going to be valid for the next 48 hours, okay? So after that, because this isn't an offer I'm running for people, but this is just because you guys watch my presentation and some people are asking, they want to know about the online platform. $10 for 10 days, right? That works out to be $1 a day or 73 pence per day. Now, if you like the value you got out of this, there's so much more in this platform that I couldn't give you because of time, but it's $1 a day or 73 pence a day. Some people, right, and this is full disclosure, guys, I'm not ripping anyone off. Like, some people go, it's too much money. There's a platform here for this dollar. That's cool. But there are also people that want this, right? So if this is something you're interested in, please, I'd love you to come and join me. If it's not, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay not to join. Don't worry. But what I'm doing here is I'm working with a smaller niche of people, right? This isn't like a massive open plan. A niche of people, the people that really want to change their lives, right? We can sit down like this and go, guys, this is what we do. We do live Q&A where I actually ask my questions in real time. People ask about PCOS and training on menstrual cycle and like just stuff like this, right? That you don't have an answer from on a different platform, but asking me one-on-one, I get to answer and I get to guest people on. So I'm super excited. Fly came my way. This is going to go live in about 1 minute. This is going to go up in 1 minute, okay, guys? So it's not on there right now, but I'm just going to create it live, and that is it. So if you want this, go to getfitwithrick.com. You can sign up there, 10-day trial. If you like the 10-day trial and you want to stay on the platform, right? It's $29 per month after that, right? If you don't, right? If you're like, this isn't for me, it's fine. It's fine if it's not, right? If it's not for you, then you can just go on your PayPal account, because it's by PayPal, cancel it, done. That's it. You get to experience these workouts. I've got some talks like this on there, and that's it, guys. That is it. I'm going to see you. I'm going to leave it there because I've taken so much of your time, 2 hours. I'll send this link out by replay. So if you want this link, please watch this again, because you might not absorb everything at once, but this might make sense to you hearing this a second and third time. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. This channel has grown to something astronomical. It's so crazy. 173,000 people, 74,000 people at last count. I can't believe it. In 6 months, man. I had my baby. I put my first workout when she was 4 days old. So she represents how long I've been on YouTube for. And freaking, I've seen her grow and this grow. It's so crazy. But there's so much more to come. I've got a podcast coming out I'm super hyped about. And I just thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I love you guys. Getfitwithrick.com if you want to know more. Otherwise, I'll see you on YouTube for the next workout. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I absolutely love you. Boom. We are out.